Yo, it's your boy Rush in the building. Today we going back to the Marvel universe. Y'all see the title, Cyclops, you know what I mean, the leader of the X-Men. You know what I mean? He go by the government name of Scott Summers. You know what I mean? And yo, let's get into this, you know what I mean? Alright, yo, Cyclops has a brother named Havoc. They both believe that they were thrown out of an airplane when they was young, and as they were thrown out the airplane, they thought their parents died within that crash. Well, Scott Summers, which is Cyclops' government name, he believes that his parents died, but his mom actually died. But I'm gonna break that down. I'm gonna break this down later on in the story. Know what I mean? All right. So Cyclops, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know his abilities, man. He's able to shoot plasma beams out of his eyes or whatever. You know what I mean? That's just part of his abilities or whatever. But let me just get into the story a little bit more before we break down everybody's abilities or whatever. Alright, so yo, we all know Cyclops is in love with Jean Grey. You know what I mean? And early on in the comics, because before, X-Men been around for a minute, but back then it was X Factor was a lot more popular, but it's pretty much the same people from the X-Men. But it just later on, like in the mid 90s, X-Men became popular. The comics became popular, and then when the TV show came about, it just stamped its notoriety in the early 90s as the X-Men. I mean, but yo, every the Scott Summers' true origin derives from X Factor. But yo, anyway, yo, Scott Summers, he dates Jean Grey, and eventually, they get into it, you know what I mean? But in like the X Factor version of things, uh Jean Grey, she dies or whatever. And I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Sinister, but the Sinister takes her DNA and clones her and clones Jean Grey, but the clone's name is actually Madeline. Know what I mean? So when Jean Grey died or whatever, well, she didn't die. She just they everybody thought she died or whatever. But when she actually disappeared or whatever, Scott Summers, he ended up moving to Alaska because his grandparents own a fishing company. The fishing company is in Alaska. They make mad dough. Even though Scott Summers grew up in a group home, like yo, his people's got dough, like they got paper. But anyway, you know, that's how he ended up bumping into Madeline. Now, I mean, Sinister, he set this all up, whatever. So, he's actually in a relationship with Madeline. They have a kid. Yeah, I mean, and they doing their thing. Yo, salute to you, Matt Militant. I see you in the building. Women's Fair versus Men's Fair. I see you in the building. Salute. Know what I mean, but anyway, yo, he links up with Madeline. And they have a kid. They even got like the house picket fence and all that in the middle of the woods. Scott Summers chopping out woods or whatever, and he does his thing. You know what I mean? So later on, yo, uh, Jean Grey returns, right? And he reunites with Jean Grey, and this happens because Scott Summers he bumped into Archangel, and Archangel had bread. Like Archangel's father got paper, so because his father got had some wealth or whatever, he was able to fund his own camp as a X Factor. In the comic series, right? You have the Inferno version of things, and then you have the X, because the X Factor has its own end game. I mean, the Inferno, it phases out Madeline. I mean, she's out the picture because uh Scott Summers, he kind of like abandons that family for Jean Grey. You know what I mean? And that kind of puts Madeline in a tough position. She end up um linking up with some demons, and she made a pact with the demons to whatever deal she worked out with the demons, they was helping her out to get revenge to Scott Summers. But I'm gonna get into that later. You know what I mean? So obviously Scott Summers, he moves on. He abandons his family, and that's kind of like a simplest behavior, man. Like to abandon your family for female. You know what I mean? But we'll get into that later on too. So Cyclops has this guilt, right? As he's lead, like, because he's the leader of the X Factor, you know. So he's recruiting people and all that. You know what I mean? For Archangel and everybody else. So Madeline and his child, the relationship with Jean Grey, he decided to, to lead the X Factor. Now, Mr. Sinister knew Cyclops and Jean Grey, if they were to have a child together, that this child will be like a real powerful mutant. Yo, salute to you, Angry Snowman. I see you in the building. Salute. You know what I mean? But yeah, so now Mr. Sinister knew Cyclops and Jean Grey, they will have a powerful baby. You know what I mean? And the Apocalypse, he peeped that too. Now, for those of you who don't know who Apocalypse is, he's like this powerful mutant that has the four horsemen under his bidding. You know what I mean? And he had another crew of mutants that put in that work for him. So he's like real powerful. For those of you seen the older films of the X-Men with the live action or whatever, y'all should have a concept who Apocalypse is if you've seen those movies. So Apocalypse peak game, right? So because he wanted their child, because what Apocalypse does, like he has these ritual ceremonies where he transfers his consciousness into a new body. That's why he's able to be like immortal or whatever, right? He always finds a new host to take over their body or whatever. So Apocalypse and his goons, right? They kidnap Nathan Summers. Now, for those of you who don't know who Nathan Summers is, that is Cable. You know what I mean? Nathan Summers is Cable. Nathan is parents is Jean Grey and Scott Summers. You know what I mean? AKA Cyclops. He is known to be one of the most powerful mutants. But yo, we'll get into that later on in the story. I still got to do the breakdown. All right. So Apocalypse sends his goons out to kidnap Nathan Summers, right? As they're kidnapping his child, they also release a organic virus onto Nathan Summers, which turns living tissue into machinery. Now, that was done to see if Nathan was a um, a strong enough host for Apocalypse to take over the body or whatever. Now, the X Factor and the Inhumans, yo, they end up linking up together, right? And as they link up together, they're jumping the Apocalypse. So now they putting in that work and they whooping Apocalypse ass. You know what I mean? Now the Inhumans are now. If you remember what I was talking about, I think last week about Black Bolt. That's his camp, the Inhumans. You got Black Bolt and his crew, and then you got the X-Men and his crew. So that's like, yo, damn near 25 heads deep. You know what I mean? So they jump in Apocalypse and his goons or whatever. They putting in that work, right? Push comes to shove, you know what I mean? They almost lose the battle, but yo, they're triumphant and they defeat Apocalypse, right? They defeat this dude. Now Apocalypse he flees the scene. He dips. Jean Grey from the future comes to the past to take Nathan Summers. As she takes Nathan Summers to the future, that's when he becomes the Apocalypse. That's why he has this like cyborg slash human human body type. You know what I mean? Like he's like a half machinery type. But We'll break that down a little bit later. Now at this point, Cyclops was established to become the leader of the X Factor. You know what I mean? Because he got some experience, man. He done been through some things. You know what I mean? And the X Factor set up Cyclops to be the leader. Now in 1995, right? The X-Men scene start to pop off. You know what I mean? Like there's new writers. With these new writers, they're kind of making a transition from X Factor into X-Men. And at this point, the scene of the X-Men in 95, it was popping. Like everybody was into it. I mean, as a child, like I remember watching it, even the TV shows. You know what I mean? But even though I was watching the shows, I would still read the comics. When I read the comics, I start to learn a little bit more details about every mutant from the X-Men or whatever. Now, the X-Men come with, they're with they're with Cyclops. Now they become real popular, whatever. Now, in the beginning, Scott Summers' parents died in a plane crash, right? And but the cause of the plane crash, right? Now if y'all real comic book head, man, y'all gonna know what I'm talking about, man. The Shi'ar Empire ship actually shot the plane down. Know what I mean? Now when the plane got shot down, right? Scott Summers, he snatches up his little brother, which is Havoc, and he jumps out the plane with him, right? But you know, um as he jumps out the plane or whatever, uh his mother actually dies, right? And his father, he dips and he becomes like some type of like a space pirate type dude. So they running jokes on aliens and all that. But I'm gonna break that down a little bit later on the story. So now I'm gonna explain to you Cyclops' abilities, right? Like his body absorbed like energy from around him, and it converts into like plasma energy that shoots out from his eyes. You know what I mean? Now his mutant abilities didn't start to develop until he turned to the age of 18. You know what I mean? Now, when when the plane crashed and all that, and Scott Summers jumped out the plane with his brother. When he landed, he hit his head. So like he hit his head on the ground, like I think on a rock or whatever, which kind of suppresses his abilities or whatever to fully manifest. Yo, salute to you, Rasker. I see you in the building. Salute to you. Salute to you, Ander. I see you in the building. Much love. Yo, Sinister was good. Salute to you. All right. So let me get back to the story. So the age of 17, right? Uh well, before that, right? Scott Summers, he gets shipped to like a group home, and his other brother Havoc, he gets shipped to the group home. But at the age of 17, right, his mutant abilities start to manifest. The optic beam blast, shoots through like the group home, and he destroys the entire group home. He runs away, right? As he's running away, guess who he bumps into? Yo, Professor X. He politics with Professor X. You know how Professor X do. He always takes in mutants to have them live with him and help them cultivate their mutant abilities. You heard? Now, Scott's father, Christopher Summers, right? Yo, he was you know what I mean? He was in the Air Force. You know, he was in the Air Force. He did things in the Air Force. Um, and he ended up becoming a pirate. He started robbing aliens or whatever. He's doing his things. And Christopher Summers end up dating this alien chick named Hexiba, right? As they're dating, he does his thing. His son gets kidnapped. Now, okay, all right, you're like, yo, son, yo, I thought, yo, Gabriel Summers. Gabriel Summers or whatever, right? No, 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 not Gabriel Summers. Havoc, Havoc. You know he got adopted or whatever, right? Gabriel Summers is Christopher Summers' third son, which his name is Vulcan. He gets kidnapped by this alien race and they force him into slavery. You know what I mean? Now, Cyclops' brother Alex Summers, aka Havoc, right? Yo, in that period of time, yo, it was kind of hectic for Havoc. But he ended up, living with his new family or whatever, and life goes on. Now, as Scott Summers is doing this thing with Professor Xavier, guess who he meets? Jean Grey. You know what I mean? Now, this is the X-Men version. This ain't the X Factor. You know what I mean? So uh he sees Jean Grey. Obviously, he falls in love. They started dating, and eventually they get married, right? Alex Summers, aka Havoc, yo, his abilities is that he disperses plasma beams from out his chest. Now his mutant abilities is a lot more powerful than Scott Summers, aka Cyclops. Now with Havoc, yo, when he linked up with the X Factor, right? They created this ill suit for him to be able to harness his plasma energy and disperse it throughout his chest or whatever. Now, this helps him control his plasma blast that disperses out from his chest, right? Now, Jean Grey, she receives the Firebird source of energy from the Phoenix, right? Now, as the Phoenix, remains dormant within the body, it's like living inside of her. It's not really activated or whatever, right? Now, through the process of this happening, right? Her receiving the Phoenix or whatever, yo, Professor X is like he disappears, but everybody thinks he's like dead or whatever. But he disappears, and like, yo, honestly, yo, I'm not gonna break that situation down. I might break that down on a next episode, because when this happens, yo, he Professor X ends up going to the future, and as he goes into the future, he links up with old Logan. Know what I mean? And the old Logan is the leader of the X-Men. But yo, that's another story, man. You know what I mean? But let me just finish up this joint right here, right? So, all right, Professor X disappears, you know what I mean? Because Jean Grey receives the power of the Phoenix. She receives the power of the Phoenix. Phoenix remains dormant within her body. All right, whatever. Now, you got this dude named Jason, right? Whew, his ability, he has telepathy, you know what I mean? He's able to, same thing like what Professor X does. He got that mind control, you heard? But anyway, Jason, he rolls with the Hellfire Club, you know what I mean? AKA the Inner Circle. Now, if you're not a comic book head, you're not gonna know who the Hellfire Clique is. You know what I mean? They're like a clique of mutants that got bread. And they buy like oil companies, gas companies. I mean, yo, they got their personal agenda to have this money. You know what I mean? Their agenda is to eventually take over the world and produce more mutants. They want mutants to be the dominant, not humans. But yo, we're getting into that. We're getting into that in a different story, whatever. So, he's with the Hellfire Club, right? Now, Elma Frost, she rolls with the Hellfire Club too. You know what I mean? But they got Elma to help Jason to do a psychic blast jump on Jean Grey. Like Jason, he got the ability to control somebody's five senses, and within those five senses, he could manipulate that individual to do whatever he wants. That's one of his ill abilities with his telepath abilities or whatever, right? So he begins to manipulate Jean Grey with her thoughts, in her mind. She thinks she's dating this nigga, you know. Cyclops, he sees this, right, and he has I mean, the simp in him has a problem with this. You know what I mean? So he sees Jean Grey kissing Jason, like they're in a serious relationship, but he don't know that. I mean, he knows something's wrong, but he at that moment when he saw that, he didn't know that he had a psychic hold on her. You know what I mean? Had a psychic hold on Jean Grey. Now, mind you, and then this be happening in real life, yo, Jean Grey, she slept with Wolverine. Yo, word of my miss. Wolverine had a piece of that peace leave. You know what I mean? And Wolverine was the bad boy type, because you know how Wolverine is, man. He be going off to his little missions and stuff, and trying to figure out, because at that moment, right, in that situation right there, Logan, he lost all his memory, so he didn't know. He was put in a lab, and they added the antimadium metal inside of his body, because remember, before he was put in the lab and he put that indestructible metal in his body, like, when his claws come out, it used to be bone. You know what I mean? Like, Wolverine's healing ability, one of Wolverine's ill abilities is that he heals mad quick and he ages mad slow. Know what I mean? But that's another story to get into. Let me just finish this joint right here. You hear? So, Jean Grey ends up fighting the entire X-Men, because Jason, he got that mind control on her. You know what I mean? So she thrashing everybody from the X-Men, because Jean Grey, she a powerful mutant herself, man. You know what I mean? Well, her telepathic ability, she's a telepath, and she has telekinesis. You know what I mean? So that's two wrapped up in one, man. That's an ill ability. Those are two ill abilities to have, or whatever. So they get the fighting, right? Now, the power of the Phoenix almost kills Elmer Frost. You know what I mean? Because she trying to help the X-Men now. You know what I mean? Even though Elma is like a double agent. She was rolling with Hellfire Club, right? And at the same time, she was playing victim with the X-Men. You know what I mean? Like, she had a sob story for Cyclops and the Archangel or whatever, and they welcome her in the team or whatever. So she was fronting like she was helping, but really she was lining them niggas up to get, to get body. You know what I mean? Because the whole time she is helping Jason to have that mind control over Jean Grey. But whatever. Now Jason snatches up Jean Grey, and now the Hellfire Clubs jump in. Right now, they start fighting the X-Men. They get it in or whatever. Right. So, this shit is crazy, son. So they all getting it in. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. Like, all these mutant abilities, these niggas is throwing at each other, man. The shit was an ill fight, whatever, right? Now, Wolverine, he puts in mad work, you know what I mean? Because, Wolverine been tapping that ass, you know what I mean? So he got, you know what I mean? He ain't a sucker like Scott Summers, but, you know what I'm saying? He gonna hold it down for his little side piece or whatever, which is Jean Grey. So he come in, he start thumping, and, he saves her. You know what I mean? Now somehow Jean Grey's psychic connection with Jason was broken, my nigga, and it was broken because I guess her love for Scott allowed her to have a psychic connection with Scott, and that broke that connection between her and Jason that rode with the Hellfire Club, right? Um, Labudo, drop that link. Drop that link. You know what I mean? Get these heads ready to hop on this panel, you heard? But anyway, right? Now, when that happened, right, the X-Men defeated the Hellfire, you know what I mean? By the Phoenix or whatever, right? Now, when the Phoenix manifested and on Jean's body or whatever, right? She vacates the premises, and she goes to space or whatever, right? Now, when that happens, right? Scott Summers' father returns to Earth, which is Christopher Summers. He helps Scott to try to find Jean Grey or whatever. And you know, as he's doing this, right, he's politicking with his pops or whatever, right? Yo, Labudo, drop that link, you heard? And Scott Summers, you know what I mean? Yo, him and the X-Men, yo, they hop in that Shi'ar ship. Y'all like, yo, what the hell is Shi'ar ship? Yo, these heads, you know what I mean? They like the Guardians of the Galaxy, but their own version, you know what I mean? And they like space pirates, man. They see other aliens, nigga. If aliens got that paper, those other alien races got that paper, or planes, or spaceship vessels to take, they robbing them niggas. You know what I mean? This is what Christopher Summers does. You heard? So they hop in that CR ship and they begin their conquest to look for Jean, because they all know she not dead or whatever. You know what I mean? Now, the second title on this joint, right? Y'all see the joint on there. It says, do not develop emotional attachment, you know what I mean, with your wife or your girl. You know what I mean? That's disproportional and unhealthy. You know what I mean? Now, y'all like, yo, Rush, what are you talking about, saying? Yo, what do you mean don't have an emotional attachment with your girl? Yo, listen. I'm not saying not to, you know what I mean, look out for her or have some type of uh um appropriate feelings for her, but yo, when you disproportionately have a unhealthy emotional attachment with a female, you tend to do crazy things. You know what I mean? Now, it's unhealthy for a emotion. It's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy attachment for somebody to overly look for that emotional support without offering much in return. Know what I mean? Now this happens a lot. You know what I mean? This is what we call simps. These simp ass niggas out here, right? You know what I mean? These simp ass niggas out here be out here like, they be overdoing it. You know what I mean? They be over in love, over, trying to overcompensate for things for the female because, you know what I mean, they in their mind, they're putting this female on a pedestal. Now, I'm not saying not to love your chick. I'm not saying not to look out for her or protect her. Yo, you're supposed to do those things as a man. But yo, there's a fine line to be an alpha male and a sucker. You know what I mean? Now, if you're doing these things for a female that don't respect you and she doesn't follow your protocol, then you're a simp. You're a sucker. You're just a cleanup cat. You know what I mean? Now, when this happens, right, that person may feel drained or feel, right, that he needs to prove himself, right? So, for example, like Will Smith slapping the shit out of fucking Chris Rock. I mean, yo, that shit was uncalled for. You know what I mean? But this is what you call an unhealthy emotional attachment. Because of that connection and affection, he may feel that and because he has that union with Jada, and it's a natural thing for him to be emotional and have that emotional uh response arise in him as a simp. Now, I'm not calling him a simp because he is defending his wife. Um what he did was a attribute of a simp because um he overdid it for a female that don't respect him. Know what I mean? Which is his wife. You know what I mean? And you know him slapping Chris Rock the way he slapped Chris Rock, right? You know what I mean? It like he overdid it to overcompensate to please Jada. You know what I mean? And a lot of females, they manipulate simps like this to do their own bidding. You know what I mean? Now, the five negative emotions and anger, you know what I mean? These heads be holding sometimes be anger, resentment, frustration, anxiety, and other negative emotions that disperses many negative experiences. Now, This might be the feelings that's felt from this individual for his wife, which made him feel like he had to defend her honor. Now I mean, again, in that situation, a female's gonna manipulate the dude to do her own bidding. Now, yo, I'm not saying not to protect your girl, not to protect your wife, but yo, there's ways about doing things, man. Know what I mean, now, uh, this behavioral pattern, right, proves that if the wife or girlfriend, you know what I mean, is in the situation and they have these feelings, they will do anything to cross that ethical line to prove their love for their significant other. Know what I mean, now, you know, you know, women like Jada, man, they take advantage of men like, well, know what I mean, like they know what they're doing. They're pros at it. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something, man. Yo, women know how to manipulate a man. You know what I mean? They yo. In the 48 laws of power, right? It always says like, yo, in order to catch a sucker, you gotta play a sucker. What do females do? You know, that manipulate suckers like this, they always play the damsel in distress. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? They know they're gonna fall into that mode to wanting to protect the female for their own personal agenda. You know what I mean? Yo, King Solomon fell for this too, man. You know what I mean? Like, yo, he had many wives, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And y'all chose him because y'all chose King Solomon to rule the kingdom because King David couldn't do it because King David was a man of war. He had blood in his hand. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, he had a regime. He was just bodying niggas left and right. He didn't care. King David was a man of war. He even killed his right hand man. It's like that. Yo, that's how King David get down. So y'all didn't choose him to build his sanctuary with the what's that the Ark of Covenant, the Ark of Covenant. You know what I mean? Like he chose King Solomon to have that to build the sanctuary and put the Ark of Covenant in a certain way so that the angels of cherubim could come through and worship the Most High. Y'all like, yo, what this got to do with anything? I'm gonna get to the point. Yo, King Solomon fell out of favor of Yah because, yo, as he was dating all these, all his women or whatever, some of them had some of them was worshiping deities that Yah didn't approve of. Yah don't approve you worshiping no other deities but him. He's a jealous God. Know what I mean? And King Solomon had an unhealthy emotional attachment with these women, and he began to worship these deities with his wives and concubine, and the Most High didn't approve, and that's how he fell out of favor with King Solomon. King Solomon is the wisest man that ever lived, the smartest man that ever lived, and he too fell in the snares of a female. Know what I mean? No man is exempt from this, man. This is why a man has to be vigilant and be careful what he does and vet out the female before he develops some type of attachment or tether with this female, like, marriage or having a baby with that individual. You know what I mean? And if y'all don't approve or y'all don't agree, you know what I mean, come up. You know what I mean? Come up, man. Let's have a civil discourse about this. You know what I mean? Now, yo, most men try to protect women because, you know, this is this is how this is how their bodies react or respond to their biological instinct. Now, I mean, they're gonna, it's in their source code to do that. It's in their source code to protect or wanting to protect the female. Now, I mean, now if you factor in a simp's mindset or ideology along with that source code that makes you want to protect that female, that's disaster waiting to happen. You know what I mean? You waiting to get played like a sucker. You know what I mean? And most female are smart enough to manipulate that sucker. You know what I mean? I see it all the time. You know what I mean? Especially that situation with Will Smith proves a perfect example of it. You know what I mean? A man that's supposed to be involved in a point like that with a female, and he's like overly in love or whatever, and like like he's head over heels over the female like that. You're not supposed to, as a male, you're not supposed to be like that. You're not supposed to be emotionally involved to the point where it clouds your logical judgment. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to do that. Now, you know, yo, put it like this, man. Like, yo, you're supposed to remain sucker free, and like, yo, lead for, lead as a good example. Know what I mean? Hold up, I'm seeing all these comments on here. What's going on here? Will Smith wouldn't have slapped the Rock if he made that mild comment. It was bullying of a weaker person, but Chris Rock took his weak slap like a man. Yeah, yeah, I don't think he would have slapped the Rock either. Yeah, I mean, come on, yo, what the Rock is like 6'9" or something. Dude, solid too. Yeah, I mean, weak niggas, they tend to do that, man. They prey on the weak, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is no surprise on how Will was acting. I mean, like he has a history of being aggressive towards weaker dudes. You know what I mean? And yo, if you disagree, man, Kim up. Yo, let's politic about this, man. You know what I mean? I see all y'all in the chat, man. Y'all mad live up in here, you heard? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like you shouldn't allow yourself to be overly emotional when it comes to females, man. And yo, females, yo, they can sense that weakness, man. And once they see that, man, they're gonna manipulate the dude and retract whatever they need from out that dude, whether if it's sex, money, or they need you to go beat up somebody for they bidding. You know what I mean? And yo, you got a lot of chicks from the hood that do that too, man. They be sleeping with you know what I mean? The livest nigga from the hood. And because they have that they're tethered with that dude from the hood, you know what I mean? They're gonna manipulate that dude to put in that pain for them. You know what I mean? Yo, salute to you, urban therapist, man. Yo, man, come on, cam up, man. The link's down there, man. Let's talk about this, man. Well, what are your thoughts on Will Smith doing what he did? What are your thoughts about developing an unhealthy emotional attachment with a female? Let's talk about this, man. Let's have this discourse, you heard? I know not all y'all gonna agree with what I'm saying, man. Come on, man, let's talk about this, man. You heard? But anyway, man, I think that was a foul thing what Will did to Chris Rock, man. Know what I mean? It shows what he thinks about his own race, and it shows how he feels towards Chris Rock. Mind you, man, like yo, they were supposedly to be good friends, and Will Smith, you know what I mean, embarrassed this man on TV like that, man. Come on, man, and the joke wasn't really that serious too, man. Like, come on, man. G.I. Jane, man. Come on, man. That wasn't, you know what I mean? That was light work. You heard? Yo, salute to you, sweet lady, man. I see you in the building. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Oh, yo, what are your thoughts on that, man? Like, yo, talk to me, man. Come up. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Anyway, man, you know what I mean? This. Yo, sweet lady, you know I'm not wrong, man. You know I'm right. I'm always right. Come on, man. How dare you write that? Yo. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, man, like yo, what are your thoughts on that? Yo, what are your thoughts on the story? You know what I mean? What are your thoughts about on Cyclops' simplest behavior? What are your thoughts about, his pops being a space pirate? You know what I mean? Like, yo, Scott Summers, yo, storyline is ill, man. Yeah, I mean, it's ill, man. It's real interesting, man. Especially if you read the comics. Obviously, you get a lot more detail than what I'm doing. I'm just giving you like the uh simplified version of it. Know what I mean? And yo, man, like yo, it's shit, man. Like yo, I'm telling you, man, like yo, having that unhealthy emotional attachment with that female is not a good thing, man. And I'm not saying not to. look out for your girl or protect your wife or whatever you have or whatever. I'm just saying, be vigilant on how you interact with these females, because they're gonna, if they see a sucker, man, they gonna take that lick, fam. You know what I mean? Yo, me too, Rascal. I want to see the Academy take the reward away from him too, man. Like what he did was oh man, there's no words, there's no how I feel about what he did to Chris Rock. There's no words that could explain on how disgusted I am with Will Smith on that, man. Like it's definitely not cool what he did to him, man. And like, yo, man, like ain't nothing wrong defending your wife, but you know um both Ivan, because before X-Men was popular, I mean, X-Men was around back then, but the popular thing like around the 80s or whatever was the X Factor. X-Men didn't start getting popular until the mid 90s, you know what I mean? And a lot of the characters from X Factor transitioned into the X-Men. Nah. Okay, let me tell you why, sweet lady, why I think Will Smith should get his reward taken away from him. The reason why he should get his reward taken away from him is because, like, now every sucker that's dating a female is gonna feel like they gotta raise the ball on that. So this ain't gonna be the last time you see that. There's gonna be another sucker trying to fend for his wife on an unhealthy manner. It's gonna start. This is gonna be the new trend. Watch, because nothing happened to Will. You know what I'm saying? Nobody escorted him out the building. He didn't get arrested. No charges was filed on him. I mean, shit's crazy. Yeah, yeah. They also have they have that in the comics too. The uh the uh the uh the the animated series always derives from the comics. Sometimes they switch up the storyline, but it's mostly the same thing. Ivan, know what I mean, yo, Ivan, I didn't know you was into Marvel like that. I didn't know that. Yo, salute to you, man. You need to cam up when I'm doing these stories, then, man. Dudes all over social media copping Will Action. We're very close to a psycho pimp, psycho simp. Yo, for real. Yo, salute to you, Daryl Winston. Yo, that's a fact. Um, yeah, he is a psycho simp, man. Um, Nigga even cried when he received the reward after he done did and a fucked up act like that, slapping another grown man on national television. Nigga, you crazy, nigga. You got to see a shrink for real. Oh, okay, okay. Salute to you, sweet lady. No doubt, no doubt. Hopefully you come up soon. Yo, yo, you funny, Raz girl. Yeah, yeah. I see where you're getting at. But yeah, man, definitely they should take the yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Ivan. A lot of those Marvel films and cartoon films and cartoon movies, they all on Disney because Disney own the rights to a lot of those. I think Disney owns a percentage of Marvel. Uh, yo, man, you need to be coming up here now, then, man. Let's talk about this, man. Cam up, man. But yeah, man, like, yo, listen, like, nah, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable when a dude do uh um evil acts on another man like that. You shouldn't do that. Yo, salute to you, straight cash. I see you in the building, you heard? Salute to you, man. Let's go. Salute to you, King. Now, yo, this chat is lit right now. Yo. But anyway, yeah. So, yo, Listen, man, like yo, if you dude out there, man, yo, stay sucker free, man. Don't do that sucker shit, man. Like yo, just because a female doesn't agree, just because you're dating a female, she don't agree with the situation. Don't go overboard and get violent, man. That's some sucker shit. Cause you know, if you bump into a dude that's really about that action, man, you know, you might get clipped with your child, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause yo, if that would have been the right one, you know what I mean? A nigga will go see Will about that shit, man. That's like, yo, yo, you ever heard the saying, yo, like, yo, if you hear the word world star, nigga, you better fight for your life. You know what I mean? Shit's crazy out here. You know what? I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check that out, Ivan.
Man,
Yo, what up? What up, Urban man? I see you in the building. State gang.
straight.
What up?
Man, I never thought in a million years that I'll be agreeing with you, bro.
What? What you mean? Yo, we usually agree on a lot of things, man.
No, we the times that you was on my platform, bro, we used to disagree about this simple thing, but now I don't know, Will done set the standard. That dude done tripped out.
Yeah, he's definitely bugging, man. And I'm yo again, you know, cause you know I got a little bad reputation. You know, some people think I hate women. I don't hate women, man. Just yo, I just don't like evil deeds, man. If you commit evil deeds, I'm gonna call them out on that shit. Know what I mean, and 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 really the culprit is really Jada, man. That whole time when he was slapping Chris Rock, yo, Will Smith really wanted to do that to Jada, fam. I'm telling you this right now. He really wanted to slap the dog shit out of Jada. Know what I mean?
What's up, man?
So instead of
Yo,
him
what up, Kev? I see you in the building.
Yeah, just came.
What
so
up?
Yeah, just came over to say
instead
what's
of
up,
doing
man.
that to Jada, he decided to do it to another man, huh?
Yeah, man. You know, and like the individual in the chat said, like, yo, he wouldn't dare to do that to Dwayne Johnson because Dwayne Johnson, you know, he about that action, you know.
So what about this rumor going around that this whole thing was staged and people been showing like pictures of Chris Rock wearing a cushion on his face?
Nah, that shit was not staged. That was real. They're probably saying that because they're saying that because the ratings probably spiked up because of it. Cause to be real with you, I didn't know that there was a reward going on, an Oscar reward ceremony was going on until I saw that on my news stream. I'm like, the Oscars. I'm like, damn, the Oscars is popping off. Shit, this happened. You know what I mean? I guess because of that situation, their ratings don't went up. You know what I mean? Nobody watches like reward ceremonies no more. That's like old shit now. You know what I mean?
Yep. So it's a possibility that it was staged just to get their ratings up.
Nah, I just think it just so happenly that this happened when they need those kind of ratings, you know? It's probably a coincidence, but I definitely don't think it was staged because yo, Will Smith do have a reputation on being aggressive towards weaker men. Know what I mean? He put hands and feet on Mark Anthony. Know what I mean? He put
Hmm.
hands and feet on the dude that tried to kiss him in the lips. Know what I mean? So
Hmm.
there's a lot of situation what Will did, you know what I mean? That shows that he's an aggressive dude. Know what I mean?
Hmm. Yep. Yeah,
Yo, so
he got
yo,
a lot of
what are your thoughts on this, man?
man. That just like I said on my platform, bro. Will Smith, he was simping the whole entire time. He was trying to, in other words, be that guard dog for Jada. The joke that Chris Rock said, it was distasteful, but at the same time, y'all cannot sit up here and say that joke was not funny. That joke was funny than mud.
I, I don't, yo, but that was light work. Like he didn't go in on, like, yo, they acting like, yo, she had cancer or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
She
real.
only has alopecia, fam.
Hmm. Every young man go through that. So I don't understand why is that an issue. So matter of fact, I'm going through it right now. As you see, I'm bald. You see, I ain't up in my feelings.
Yeah, man. I just think, huh? Go ahead, Urban.
Oh, no, you good.
No, I just think that yo, yo, honestly, man, that shit took me by like, yo, that took me, yo, I was shocked seeing that, man. You know, just seeing that clip, and then, yo, what really like the icing on the cake was when he was like, "Yo, keep my wife names out your mouth." The way he was saying it, man, it was there was so much conviction in that. You know, I know he's an actor, but you know that seemed pretty real to me, man. I don't think that was staged.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I know that Jada been putting Will into a whole lot of entanglements for the past 3 years, so he probably had all that aggression built up in him, and he had just had to release it somewhere. Chris Rock just so happened was the target,
Yeah,
but he's
and this
still
is
though.
yeah. I mean, I feel I feel bad for Chris Rock because he's not that kind of dude where I mean he's he's a peaceful brother, that
Now,
has jokes,
now let's not disregard Chris Rock, because Chris Rock do have a history for selling out as well too.
I mean, come on, man, but that's no reason to physically assault another grown man, you
I,
know?
yeah, I know, but I don't want to.
Yo, the act that Will did, if that was any man with an ounce of and I'm not saying Chris Rock is soft. That's not what I'm saying. Um, an ounce of real masculine aggression. Yo, a dude, will probably take his life for that, man, because it was not in like behind the scenes, man. The shit was it happened in front of everybody. So that right there will motivate a man to take it to the extreme just to redeem himself for being slapped like that. Will didn't go up there and snuff them. I mean, he ain't snuff him. He slapped him. That's like the most ultimate disrespect you can do to another man is slapping him. Like you're telling him that you're disrespecting him and that he's soft. You know what I mean? By just slapping the man.
By another dude who's a beta male.
Yeah, pretty much, man. I mean, I don't know if you've seen him wearing like some green skirt and all extra feminine and all that, but yo, this
Nah,
is why.
yeah, he is. He's a beta, bro. Man, every single time y'all see Will Smith sitting down, what he doing? He got his leg crossed like a woman, bro. That dude
Yeah,
big all the way.
yeah, and to be honest with you, what he did was was a feminine thing to go up there and be irrational like that by just slapping them.
But I mean, just imagine that though. It's a lot of beta dudes just like Will Smith that are out there. They'll get triggered like that. But they nearly either slap another person or fight another person or even commit violence, you know what I'm saying? Like murdering people. Because there been plenty of stories of these beta males going around and murdering their baby mamas and all this stuff there because they up in their feelings.
Right, right. And yeah, that do happen a lot, man. Like the what was he, a surgeon? He was a doctor or something. Where he killed his baby mother and the child.
Yep.
And people didn't know why his baby mom put him on child support and he still wouldn't allow him to see the kid. So he ended up, like I guess, the pressures of going through the divorce and having a kid, made him, go overboard and just, bodying the family and then bodying himself, because he killed himself after. I don't know if you remember that, but this happened. This didn't happen not too long ago.
I remember.
Yeah.
You also remember the other guy that I cover on my panel where he he went out as well, and he murdered the girlfriend, the baby mama, and all the stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, let me tell you something, man. Yo, these simps out here, they dangerous too. You know what I mean? So all you women out there that's be playing with these niggas out here, that simps, be careful, man, because it might be your last simp you dealing with. Know what I mean? Because you will catch a dirt nap. That's a fact.
Here's a question I want to ask to the ladies in the chat. I want to ask y'all this question. Why do y'all go after these beta males? Well, why do y'all go after them and date them, then put them through all that hell?
You know what? Urban, man, they probably do it because they resent them deep down inside, man. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, peep this, right? A lot of times, females they'll deal with the Wolverine type, which is the bad boy, and they'll deal with the Scott Summers. They'll marry the Scott Summers because the Scott Summers is a full blown sucker. You know what I mean? So that full blown sucker would do anything for her. Like if she cheats on him, he'll still stick around. If she got 3 kids by 3 different men, he'll still stick around and play cleanup. You know what I mean? And the Wolverine type cat, the bad boy, he got enough senses not to stick around because he knows that she's a liability. So he moves on to his next host. Because some of these cats, man, some of these dudes they have a parasitic attribute to themselves too.
Yep. Facts. Angry Man, what's up with it, bro? I mean, Angry Snowman, what's up with it?
What it do?
Yo, salute to you, Snowman. Yo, what's good with you? I know you a comic book head. Yeah, I mean, so what you think about the story?
Dude, a good story, man. I can't wait to hear the next part of it. I want to hear the part about when he goes into the future and he starts dealing with old Logan.
You're talking about Professor X. Yeah. I'm gonna break that down next episode. Not tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm gonna be coming up with the Black Spider guy advice. Black Spider guy advice. Is that his name?
Black Spider guy advice. I've never heard of him.
He's big on Instagram. He's doing this thing. Like he's bubbling right now. He's hot right now. Right so we're gonna be politicking with him tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Like around 10 p.m. You know what I mean?
I do, man. That's what's up.
Yeah. Hey, but yeah, man, like so what are your thoughts on this situation with Will?
Hey,
do you think Will is a Scott Summers or a Wolverine? Talk to me.
I think that he was simptastic. That's what I think.
Well, Scott Summers, he's a simp though. He's a simp. Come on. He be simping for Jean Grey all the time.
Will took it to a whole new simping level.
Yo, he took it to like 99,000. Yo, what's that?
that dude went straight ham, dude. For real.
He did went ham, man. He went.
How you gonna go?
Black Spider guy advice.
Well, how you gonna go from laughing to being pissed off? Man, what is he? Bipolar and schizophrenic all in one?
Man, let me tell you, that's why they call him a psycho simp, man. He don't know whether he's happy or sad, man.
Nah, the truth of the matter is we all know that if what happened wasn't a big Holly weird, psyop to, get people to pay attention to him again, then he took all of his anger out on the wrong person. And he's lucky that fucking Chris handled it the way he did, man, because dude, think about this. If that would have been one of us, any of us 3 on the panel, anybody out in the chat, anybody on YouTube right now that's just a normal person that would have pulled that shit, we'd be sitting in bracelets.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. And I here's the thing, man. I think Will is having inner self turmoil type thing going on inside of him, man. There's a lot of conflict within him. And
that's what happens when you marry a narcissist, man.
Well, it's not. Here's the thing, right? They got an open relationship. You know what I mean?
But that's only because that's what she wanted.
Exactly.
Huh?
That's only because that's what she wanted. He wanted a traditional marriage.
And that's the only reason why he's going along with it is because that's what she wants to do. You know what I mean? I'm quite sure he doesn't enjoy other men plowing his woman. Because if that's the case, then why he whooped Mark Anthony ass?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why, instead of yelling at Chris Rock, you should have been telling August to keep his dick out of his wife's mouth.
Oh man, yo,
I'm just
listen,
saying,
man.
dude.
No, you're right. No, you're right. And you know, like he really should be channeling this anger towards his wife and August Alsina, man. You know what I mean?
Well, I say more so his wife than August, because August was only doing what the dude was supposed to be doing, but Jada now.
Nah, man, because you can't take August out of this either, man. He's just as guilty because he knows that Will gives a shit about that woman, and any fucking man that actually has any shred of dignity ain't going to go and mess around with another man's woman.
But
I'm just saying, dude. I know me. I'm a married man, dude, and even when I was single, I didn't mess with other married man's women.
But think about this, right? Like, he wasn't the person that approached him. The person that initiated was Jada.
Right?
Yeah, she preyed on him, man. Like at the moment,
dude, have some discipline.
Yep, you're right. There's no excuse for what he did.
It's called dick discipline, man. You don't mess with a married woman, regardless of whether or not she's coming after you or not.
Yes, you're right. But she did manipulate the situation, man. She's a pro at this, man.
Because look,
she
dude,
knows what she's doing.
Think about it. Me as a married person, you don't think I'm going to be just as fucking pissed off at the person if my wife ever messed around? Yeah, she's going to catch hers, but he's going to catch his 10 times worse because he's a dude, and I can put my hands on him.
Yeah. No, you're right. English Snowman. He had no business sleeping with a married woman. And for all you guys out there that slide up in them married women them drawers, y'all better be careful, man. Cause in the scriptures it says, man, you can't compromise with a man that's full what's the word? You can't. He's like a madman. There's no cooperation with him. You can't negotiate your way out of it. He's gonna bother you because you slept with his wife. You know what I mean? So just be mindful of that. If you sliding up in them drawers, that's mad.
Well, that's why when it comes to crimes of passion, a lot of times men and women both will be able to, be deemed temporarily insane because it's
temporary insanity. But you gotta have a good lawyer for that. You gotta have lawyer money for that to do that. You know what I mean? Don't be going out there committing that crazy act and you get caught up and you ain't got the lawyer money for that. You gotta pay lawyers to be able to get away with something like that. You heard? So don't be going out there sleeping with men's wives. You heard?
I'm just saying, man. The whole thing is a big nightmare. Honestly, it doesn't look good on them. It doesn't look good on Hollyweird. It doesn't look good on anything as a whole. It's just another stain on Hollyweird, in my opinion. And not only that, like I've said before, Will and Jada, they promote themselves as the arbiters and the pinnacle of, morality and this, that, and the other. And I'm sorry, but you can't have this kind of a relationship and still, ride on the wings of morality, because morality no longer exists. To top it off, I don't know how true this is. I haven't really looked into it, but I've also heard from several people that they're Scientologists. And if that's the case, that explains a lot of their problems.
They are. They are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are into Scientology. I mean, which is like in weird occult. I mean, but
yeah, they might as well be part of the Heaven's Gate cult.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know much about Scientology or what rituals they commit in there, but it's definitely on the left field. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird.
Well, I mean, obviously their relationships play in with their kids' heads. I mean, look at how wild out their kids have gotten over the years now.
Right. And yeah, it's yeah, man. His son's I think his son's dating Tyler, the creator. I think he had relations with him. Well,
look, and if you think about it, their kids were normal all the way up until Jada decided she wanted to air out all their dirty laundry on YouTube. Right.
And man, Jada's not a good woman. It's like she's.
Hell no, she ain't. She looked like a demon.
that Jada never been a good woman. Period.
Yeah. I mean, she's definitely a wicked woman, man. And y'all dudes need to stay away from women like that, man, because they definitely pros on manipulating men and looking innocent. So watch out for that. Know what I mean?
Wicked in the heart doesn't necessarily mean wild in the bed. Just saying.
No, you're right. But I haven't heard stories about Jada's extracurricular activities in the bed. So I don't know.
She's probably
if she's
all
good or
blowed
not.
out anyhow, man. She's probably all used up.
I mean, she's for the streets, man. And
She's probably like tossing a hot dog down the interstate.
Yeah, pretty much, man. And it's like man, how can I put it? Like, how can I explain this? Like,
they're really a typical Hollywood marriage, though, if you think about it.
Yeah, because
everyone in Hollywood, it's like they swap husbands and wives left and right. I'm sorry, dude. I couldn't even sit and watch my wife, if she was a movie star, sit and make out and have a sex scene with someone on TV without wanting to come unglued. I'm sorry. I'm a greedy motherfucker. I don't share my toys well with others, and that's my toy.
Right. And as you should be. You shouldn't share your wife. That's some cuckolder shit. You know what I mean? Don't be a cuckolder. For all you dudes out there that's cuckolders, man, you need to see a shrink, man. I mean,
it's like I had the Hood Conservative yesterday. He was discussing this a little bit, and I had him ask me, do I feel like I own the entire all the white women? Since I'm the spokesperson for white people, I was like, no, I own my white woman, my wife, I own my daughters, but as far as the rest of them, that's other people's problems, not mine. They can, they have the freedom to come and go and do whatever the hell they want.
But yo, angry man, sometimes go ahead, Urban. Go ahead.
Now, say, why would they ask you a question like that, though?
Well, because some people were trying to tie it into race and this, that, and the other on some of these other panels, trying to bring race into it like they always do. Somehow they some of these talk panels have managed to spin this to where it's a racial issue too on top of everything.
Now, listen, and I hate when people do that. Listen, man, women of all races do the same shit.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Women are women, it's like, plain and simple.
Yeah. They all do the same shit. It's the same behavioral pattern. That's why there's a red pill community, because they're seeing the behavioral patterns. Like, for example, they have their own rotation of men that they deal with. Some of them, they just use men for, dinner dates or fixing a car or, for non-sexual attention or for sex, Which one are you?
Strags come in all shapes and sizes, man.
Right. And, guys are starting to pick up, like, guys are starting to pick up on these things. Now, this is still these behavioral patterns is still not a thing that every male would know about. Like, this is something that you gotta, you go through trials and tribulations, your life experience, where how this works, the mechanics of, the dating game and women's behavior patterns that use men like this. And I mean,
right. So yeah, there's some things you can't get advice on. You just got to take the class and, learn through experience.
Yeah, because life experience is the best teacher you can have, man. And what are your thoughts about this, Urban, man? Come on, man, talk to me, man.
Well, before I share my thoughts on this, quick sidebar. Hey, Snowman, that recommendation of that movie, talking about the time travel documentary.
Did you watch that?
I did.
Dude, what'd you think?
It was great, bro.
Dude, was it not a mind melter?
Yes. It was. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen it yet, man. I've been like working hours.
Dude, did you catch the visual cues and shit that were the real subtle ones?
I did.
Because I didn't catch them until about a third of the way through the movie, and when I started picking up on what was going on, dude, and then I started catching the real subtle visual cues, man. That's like, whoa. It's a mind melter. It really is. I'm glad you watched it though, man.
It is. It made me want to go back and watch it again.
I know, right?
I know I'm catching a lot of them, and I stopped and paused it rewind. They're like, hold up.
Yeah, dude.
That was
I mean,
really
that's
good.
one of them ones where it kind of like, remember when Sixth Sense came out and you wanted to go back and watch it to find all the cues.
Exactly.
But
It
yeah,
was really good. Hey, Rush,
actually,
you enjoy it. It's really good. It's really good.
dude, I'm telling you, it's dope. If you get into science fiction, that is straight science fiction right there. It's called The History of Time Travel.
Word. Whenever I have free time, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I said I was gonna watch it last time, but I ended up falling asleep as soon as I got off the live. You know.
Hey, Chaotic. Actually, I was talking to your boy up here, Rush, about getting a hold of you anyhow, and maybe seeing if you wanted to open up a slot and I could come on here and do like science fiction style, just out there movies that we could stream and discuss, and you know what I'm saying, and that are off the wall, not your everyday average movies. Kind of like the
I think
one
that'd be
me
dope.
and Urban
That'd
Therapist
be
watched.
dope. That would be dope.
Because, man, Urban, honestly, there's so much that can be talked about that movie.
It is.
So much.
So much.
I mean, they touch on so many topics and so many morality things.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it could tie it into the comic book discussion that Rush was talking about too, talking about the multiverse and everything.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing. Have you guys ever heard about the Collider?
Are you talking about the Super Collider?
Yeah, the Super Collider, where they take billions of atoms and they smash it simultaneously.
Well, it ain't billions. Actually, what they do is they take 2 atoms and they get them up to almost the speed of light and they crash them together, because that's all they can do is 2 atoms, one on each end of the collider, and they smash them into each other. They're
trying to recreate the Big Bang.
Yeah, and they've already supposedly found the God particle, so they say.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, that it's possible, you know.
Where'd he go?
And you know, with the like, cause like what they're playing with, man, they're tapping into different different realms or whatever, trying to whatever they're trying to pretty much trying to unravel the Pandora's box, if you know what I mean. Yo, what up, Ivan? Salute to you,
Ivan. You crazy ass cracker. Is that Ivan?
Yo, Ivan, you're on mute. Unmute yourself.
Paging Ivan.
He's probably having bad connection. But yeah, man, you know, I think that's real interesting what they're trying to do, you know.
Well, there's a Super Collider in the States too, down around the Texas, New Mexico, Nevada area.
Yeah. And
there's a lot of people that think the reason why we keep having these Mandela effects is from the first time they fired up that Super Collider.
Oh.
What's up, Ivan?
Now, Ivan, we can hear you now.
I can hear y'all. Something going on with my headphones. Yeah, y'all talking sci-fi and comics. I'm with it. Now this is what I like. This is what I like, man.
Yeah, actually, I'm wanting to get a hold of Chaotic anyhow, because I was talking to Rush last week, man, and I think it'd be great to, like, maybe once or twice a week, you know, stream a like one of those just off the wall, out there sci-fi movies.
Yeah,
and then just have a discussion about it afterwards.
I started a channel. I created a channel, but I never put any content on it. As far as sci-fi, it was for sci-fi, comics, and anime. I'm into dark, cerebral anime, and I never put nothing on there. But I'm glad you guys are doing it, man. It gives me a place to really talk about it, man, because that's one of my big interests, man.
Well, dude,
comics, sci-fi.
You got to check out this movie. Do you got Amazon Prime?
Yep.
Check out on Amazon Prime. There's a movie called The History of Time Travel.
History of Time Travel.
Yes, and it's actually it's what it is it's a fictional documentary.
Okay.
But dude, it's laid out the way it's laid out. You would think you're watching a real documentary about real shit. All right, but I'm telling you, dude,
Urban Therapist catch you in the flip. Salute to you.
It's going to melt your mind. Hey, take it easy, Urban Therapist.
Hey, Angry Snowman, talking about Amazon Prime. What do you think about The Boys?
The Boys. Oh, dude, do you know? I remember that when I was a younger adult reading the comics like
Yeah.
a few times. I never
Uh-huh.
really got too deep into the comics. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I do remember picking up a few of them and checking them out. But as an adult, watching the series, dude, it's like
It's
it's
crazy.
like watching a communist version of the Justice League.
I think honestly, I think it's better because it's from
more
a
realistic.
graphic novel.
It's more realistic. It's got more humanity in it, if you want my
Yeah,
opinion.
exactly. That second man, and the second season was even better than the first. I didn't think
Dude.
they was going to top the first season.
Wait till, dude, the third season's supposed to start here in like what, a month?
Wow, yeah, man, I hope so. I've been looking for it, man. I've been looking for it.
I've seen a couple of the trailers, and apparently in the trailers for the third season, what's his name? The main protagonist hunting down all the
Homelander?
No, not Homelander. The other one that's hunting down all the people.
Oh, the main guy, yeah, the regular guy.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head for some reason.
the
The guy with
mercenary.
Butcher, that's his name, Butcher.
Yeah, Butcher.
Well, apparently Butcher ends up getting juiced and ends up with superpowers like Homelander's.
Man, now that's something to wait for. That man, I'm ready to see that. That I'm waiting on Moon Knight on Disney Plus. Moon Knight. And I'm going to see Morbius this weekend.
Oh, dude, I want to see that so bad, but
yeah,
I'll wait and see what your review is on it, man. See what you have to say about it, because I'm not a Jared Leto fan.
Well, because I'm a Marvel fan, and because I'm a Morbius fan, the way he played into the Marvel universe, I don't care who's playing him. I think Jared Leto fits the look. The way they got him, I think he fits the look. Who else would you think would have been able to play that part? Because Jared Leto is kind of creepy to me. And I
don't know, dude, to be honest with you. I just don't like Jared Leto as a person. I think he's a piece of dog crap.
Yeah. He's creepy. That's the thing. He's creepy. And that's how he fits into the mold of Morbius.
Now, I'd like to see a reboot of Blade, to be honest with you.
Oh, I think they're working on that though.
Mahershala Ali is playing Blade.
Yeah, he's playing Blade. Yeah.
That's for the TV series Blade, though, isn't it?
No,
it's actual film. It's a live film.
I'd like to see a reboot of Highlander too. That would be pretty awesome.
I'm not really a Highlander guy. I remember the series back in like the 90s. I forget the guy's name. It was okay.
Yo, Highlander was a good show though, man.
It was just that, it all came down to a duel. Came down to the duels.
Yeah, there can be only one, man.
Only be one. Yeah. I remember it. I watched it occasionally, but I just never really got into it.
You know what I noticed, guys? I noticed that they're retracting all the male superheroes and implementing women. What are your thoughts on that?
Did you see Avengers Endgame?
Don't get me started on it, dude. I bitched about it last week. Did you see
where they had that little special part where all the women came together? That's the root of that. That's where it comes from.
Where'd CT go? I was just about to say, hey, what's up, CT? Maybe he got tired of getting ignored.
Come back in here, little Yoruba boy.
Don't be a Will Smith.
Yo, chaotic, man. Come back up here, man.
Don't be a Will Smith.
Yo, but Rush, what I was telling you, you got Disney Plus?
No, I don't have Disney Plus. The only thing I have is Prime.
Man, you got to get Disney Plus. Angry Snowman.
I do. Do you got a Fire Stick?
No, I do not. I had Optimum, but I got rid of my cable because they wanted like $250 a month, and I'm like, dude, yo, that's a bit expensive.
Get on Amazon and order you a $40 Fire Stick, and I'll walk you through jailbreaking it.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Get a Fire Stick.
Let me tell you something. Angry Snowman, since you got Disney
yo,
Plus,
it's not Superman bisexual, it's
his son.
Superboy. Yeah, not
his
Superman.
Yeah, it's Superman's son.
And that's sad. That's sad that they even put an emphasis on that. And that's what messed up Cowboy Bebop, the live action on Netflix.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
That's what messed it up when they had to make it intention to show that the lady lead in that series was a lesbian. When they had to make it known, make it about the action.
I'm
about
just tired of this ultra woke shit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when you Ivan, if you watch Young Justice, they got Aqualad as a cocksucker. Like he has a boyfriend on there. And do you know how much kids? Do you know how much kids watch that Young Justice show, man?
Yeah,
you know.
I didn't know that. I never see. I'm not a DC guy. Number one, I'm
Me
not
either.
a DC
Really.
guy. Yeah.
The DC was Superman and Batman was about as far as I went.
Yeah. Maybe some Aquaman.
Maybe a little bit of Green Lantern here and there.
Series in the 70s or 80s, whenever the Wonder Woman series, it was all new. So that made it fascinating. But
Marvel's always, even with the comic books, the storylines for Marvel have always been better.
Exactly. Just they started out with the multiverse.
DC got some good characters too, you know.
Well, DC's more like but they've always been the private eye type comics, whereas Marvel's been more like the adult fantasy, type comic books.
They started out with the multiverse. Marvel started out with the multiverse. From the jump, it was a multiverse.
Yeah, actually they did. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, what was the first comic that Stan Lee animated? Wasn't it The Amazing Spider-Man?
Was it Spider-Man?
Yeah, it was The Amazing Spider-Man, and he was dealing with the what's that lady name? The widow?
Widow. Black Widow.
And she had access to the Spider-Verse or the multiverse.
No, it was Madam Widow.
The Madam Widow, yeah. And that's where that comic's pretty that's and that comic also transitioned into the animated series of The Amazing Spider-Man in the early 90s, you know?
Yeah, I used to watch that.
We all did, man. We all grew up on that shit.
Yeah.
That's what I like that Disney Plus has that on there because I watch it with the boy all the time.
Oh, that's what I want. Disney Plus, Angry Snowman. Have you watched the Silver Surfer series?
I didn't know there was one on there.
Wait a minute. Silver Surfer got his own show now?
It's from the 90s. They never released it. They just released it on Disney Plus. It's there. It's multiverse.
So are they going to bring out the Fantastic Four then?
I don't know.
I'm assuming the Silver Surfer series is the animated then, right?
Yes, and it dude, even now, and by looking at it, that man, this had to be like 90s. It still blows everything away. But where he goes, how he travels, Galactus is on it. Galactus is actually on it.
I thought he worked for Galactus though.
He did. Yeah, he does. Galactus' herald. They tell the story, and Galactus. But now they barely show Galactus. They refer to him.
Well, Galactus never really shows up until he eats a planet. I mean,
but
that's the surfer's job is to go out and scout planets for him to devour.
Look how involved both of his heralds. There was another herald. She was like a fire lady, Nova. Yeah, she's on it. What's the guy that
Supernova is?
Yeah, Nova, his other herald, the girl Nova.
Right.
Yeah, she's on it.
She was the one that would go supernova. Was her superpower like a star?
Yeah, supernova. Yeah.
The two battling outer space clans, the Skrulls and the what's the other clan?
You talking about the Super Skrull?
The Skrulls, but who they was always fighting? The Kree. Yeah.
Well, the Kree are the Skrull. The Kree is the alien race of the Skrull. Now there is the Super Skrull. The Super Skrull.
Well, I know what I'm watching tonight.
Remember Beta Ray Bill? He's on there.
Yeah, because I was actually kind of pissed off that they didn't put Beta Ray Bill in any of the fucking Marvel MCU movies.
He's on there. He
should have at least been in
you can see
Ragnarok.
Beta Ray Bill in the Planet Hulk. He has an actual big scheme.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He should have at least been in Thor Ragnarok because they were technically on Planet Hulk.
Yeah.
Thanos is on there and he has roles, but he's shrunken. His role is shrunken compared to everybody else on there. They got Ego's on there. Dude,
What?
you gotta see it. Ego, yeah. The planet, Ego, the living planet.
Ego, the living planet.
Yeah, he's on there. You gotta see it's on Disney. It's on Disney Plus.
Yep, I'm
the
watching
Silver
it tonight.
Surfer series.
I'm
Yeah.
watching it. Hey, what did you think of that Marvel
You're
What If?
gonna love it.
What did you think of that Marvel What If series that they did?
Loved it.
Dude, I thought it was great too, man. My favorite one was the zombies.
No, mine was Ultron.
No, mine was the zombies. I thought that was great, dude.
Yeah, that was dope. But when Ultron broke into the multiverse on the Watcher, when he broke through on the Watcher, and the Watcher was like, "What the?" I was like, that did it right there for me. When him and the Watcher was fighting multiverse, breaking through the multiverse, man, that was dope. That was a grand finale.
What was interesting about that? Remember, that's when we found out that you can't use Infinity Stones from one universe to the next.
Man,
they're only relevant in the universe they come from.
Yeah, and he split Thanos in half. Split that Thanos. Thanos came through his little portal. Ultron looked at him and was like, "Zip!" Split him in half.
Well, I will say that they did make in the actual Rise of Ultron. They in the movie they didn't do Ultron justice. They made him way too easy to beat.
Yeah, in the actual Avengers movie, yeah. But in
the comic books, that was one of the hardest robots in the universe to beat.
Yeah.
They have the I don't know if you guys seen it, but it's called the Teenage Avengers, and they're all children from the Avengers. Like Thor had a daughter, Aqualad had a son. Yeah.
It's on Disney Plus. If it's Marvel, it's on Disney Plus. They got all of them.
That was a pretty good film, you know. And Ultron killed them off. Ultron killed the Avengers, and the only Avengers that's left is their children. And I thought that was pretty. The only person that survived was Tony Stark. That's it.
You ain't seen What If, have you, Rush?
No, I haven't seen What If.
Oh, dude,
on Disney
Plus. The only ones that survive are Black Widow and was it Hawkeye? Those are the only ones. Well, you got to see it, dude. He's
missing out really because the What If. It's an animated series, but the What If actually ties in all this multiverse shit that they're bringing in now. It really does, dude.
It really does. And that Silver Surfer series that they just brought back, man, it does the same thing. You just got to see it because he's traveling. You know, he has to find planets for Galactus.
Yeah, you make me want to get the Disney Plus, man.
Yeah,
I'm about to get that.
I mean, I binge watched that Angry Snowman. I binge watched the Silver Surfer series.
That's probably what I'm going to do, man. Be honest with you. Now that I know
you're going to see characters in there, you're going to be like, "What? Wait a minute!" You're going to be amazed at the characters that they got in that series. It's pretty much they just released everything. They let them all out. I was
have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that Superman animated movie, Superman Red Sun?
I think that's on HBO Max.
Oh, the guy that's from the Superman that was born and raised in Russia.
Yeah, dude. Word.
I haven't seen that yet.
Dude,
I think that's on Prime.
That is so dope. That is so dope, dude.
Yeah.
You know what? Yo, listen. I'm gonna watch it, and me, you, and Ivan will do a review on it, man.
Yeah,
that puts a whole new twist on it, dude. Like a whole new twist on everything. Because it's still the same Superman, only he's communist now.
Yeah, you know they got a salute to you, Stray Cats. Yeah, I see Disney Plus is worth it, man. That's 100% facts. What I was about to say, you know they got another version of Superman where he was born and raised in Mexico, and he went through a struggle and he became a tyrant with Wonder Woman. I think that was pretty dope. That came out I think 2 years ago.
So he's an essay now.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what's up, man. I got what's the name of that one? Because I gotta check that out.
I can't remember. Yo, you got Instagram or I'll text it to you when I look it up and I'll just send it to you.
I'm on Instagram. I'm on
what's your Instagram? Angry Man Snowman?
Let me check real quick. To be honest with you, dude, I don't get on there very much, man. It might be under Angry Snowman.
Okay, then I send you a text on the name and title of the film, and that
I'm also
way.
on Telegram.
Telegram? Nah, I'm not on there, man.
I'm on Discord. Are you on Discord?
Nah, you got Facebook?
Yeah, I got Facebook.
Yeah, we'll link up on Facebook. What's your? Is it Angry
Dude,
Snowman?
Yeah, you can look me up under Angry. You might be able to find me under Angry Snowman. Otherwise, in the back chat, I can just give you my name that I'm listed under.
Yeah. I don't even know how to look at the back chat on this this side of
private chat.
Okay.
Button. See how there's where it says comments? It says comments and private chat.
Okay. All right. I'll do that. I'll get it at the end of this when I end this stream.
That's me on Facebook.
Okay.
And then
gotcha.
And then underneath it does say the Angry Snowman. You'll know it's me because you'll see like all of my streams shared, a bunch of the Hoodservative streams shared, a bunch of SKC streams shared. That's all I really use it for, is to share YouTube streams and to post, politically incorrect shit to see if Zuckerfuck will put me in jail.
Okay, yo, you're funny as hell.
Hey, did you know I was part of the Purge of 2020, the big purge?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I was literally part of that great big purge, dude. I woke up one morning and they took my Facebook page, and I had like almost 30,000 followers on my original Facebook page. All right. I'd had that thing since I think like 2010 when Facebook came out, somewhere around there. They took my original Instagram page. Dude, them motherfuckers even took my original email account on Google.
Wow. Damn, so did you get arrested or?
No, but I was linked to some people that did.
Wow.
That's a whole other story. That's a topic for a whole nother day, though.
Yeah.
I don't think if you guys ever want to know about that, you just let me know and I'll come over here. I'll give you a story that you will not believe. I promise you, dude.
No doubt.
Hey, do you guys watch Doom Patrol?
Nah, what was the premise to that?
It's DC. It's DC. It's on HBO Max. It's the who came from Doom Patrol? Cyborg.
Okay.
It's some people you don't know, but it's Mr. Robot. I forget the professor's name. It's good. It's because of the way the way they do it, because it's kind of multi-universal for DC. It is.
Okay.
DC is kind of multi-universal. How he brings them together and how they have to travel through different planes, as far as, because one of the ladies, she's like old, one of the superheroes, she's like an actress from like the 40s. But because she got mutated, she doesn't age. But it's on HBO Max.
She's like a DC version of Captain America.
Yeah, she's like a stretch. She can stretch. Her body is real stretchy like. But it's called Doom Patrol, man. It's like they're on the 3rd season now. It's real good. It's for DC. It's really the leading DC series right now. Everybody loves Doom Patrol. Check it out, because they got critiques on it on YouTube. Just look up Doom Patrol. Yeah.
Okay, I'll check that out. Hey, I'll most definitely check that out.
Straight cash.
The guy that played what's the guy from the Mummy movies? Remember the Mummy?
Oh, Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, he plays Mr. Robot. He's funny. Yeah, he's funny. You just got to see it. Cyborg is somebody else. The guy that plays Cyborg on Justice League, it's 2 different guys, but it's still Cyborg. And if you watch cartoons, the Teen Titans, Beast Boy came from the Doom Patrol.
Okay.
Yeah.
But hey, I want to, Mr. Straight Cash. No, I didn't snitch. I don't snitch. I don't believe in that shit. What I will tell you, just to give you a few crumbs to sit and marinate on. All right. I am personally tied to the guys that got arrested up in Michigan for allegedly attempting to kidnap and kill Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
Whoa! I
Oh,
remember
hey,
that
man.
incident.
Oh man, don't say that on this channel, man. I don't want this shit to get flagged.
It won't, dude. Look, dude, I'm gonna tell you what. Whatever you think that they aren't watching, they're already watching, dude. Trust me.
Gotcha.
There's
that's
nothing. But there's nothing going on YouTube that doesn't get by these people. They're watching everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, just watch the Snowden interview.
I mean, it's quite interesting to be a part of a purge, though. You know,
Dude, it was weird. It was wild.
Was it exciting?
Well, no, not really, because they stole over 12 years worth of pictures and memories and shit like that. Like, I had videos and pictures of my mom that's no longer with us that I don't have no more now.
Oh man, that's horrible, man.
You know what I'm saying? And they now Facebook and the FBI and CIA are the ones that are in possession of all that shit.
Wow. Whoa. Golly.
Yeah, I was part of what was it? 2 national militia networks.
Okay.
And that were national in the United States. You know, plus I was part of. I was part of it at the time. I used to be part of an Indiana militia that I was trying to get set up myself, and then before that, I was before I moved to Indiana, I was part of the West Ohio Minutemen militia over in Ohio. And you remember when Trump had the what was it when they had the RNC for Trump up in Cleveland?
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember them reporting about a armed militia walking around?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me and 9 of my buddies. That was me and 9 of my buddies they were reporting about.
Yo, Snowman. So how do they recruit like people like you? Like, do they throw an ad online or something? Like, hey, if you want to be a part of this militia, you know, like
most generally what happens when it comes to militias, and it used to be a lot easier because now they've kind of put the kibosh on being able to contact militia groups through Facebook or Instagram or, Twitter and shit like that. But it used to be, the individual would seek the militia out. You would get to a point to where you were tired of seeing things going on. Like for me, my house had gotten broken into. Plus I got tired of seeing all the people's, rights being violated and, all these injustices happening all over the country. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of just sitting here knowing something's wrong with my country and bitching about it and not doing anything.
Yep.
Right.
Let me ask you something, Angry Snowman. Because I know they cracked down real hard on militias after the Oklahoma City bombing. I don't know I'm sure you're aware of that, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
So was that always, do you think that was always in the works? Because up until then, people really didn't pay attention to organizations that call themselves militias.
Well, see, that's the thing is that people they didn't pay attention, but they did. They've always tried to demonize the militia because the militia is actually, if you go by the Constitution, it is the last line of defense for the nation. Because the militia, by definition, is a citizen army.
And exactly. And I'm glad you said that because as my understanding, the militia is formed to protect the citizens against corrupt government, right?
Yeah. Yes, against tyranny. I said, it's supposed to be the last line of defense when there is no more defense left.
Yeah, because it's a guy here in the Dallas area. He has a channel, Colin Noir. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I've heard his name before.
Yeah, he's here in Dallas. He has a channel. It's a Second Amendment channel.
Uh-huh.
And I know it's one of his T-shirts that he says, "I am the militia," and he gives an understanding of what a militia is, and it's really to protect the citizens when government goes corrupt.
Well, see, and that's the thing is today's militia they have a misunderstanding as well as what militia is because real militias don't train with each other. And that's something that most people don't understand. Real militias really don't get together and go out and train in the woods and, this, that, and the other. Real militiamen, they would take their sons out and they would train individually with their families. They go out, they would hunt, they would, farm, they would cook, they would learn how to, tend to wounds and things like that. And they would have themselves trained and ready. That way, when time came, if they had to, all the men would just band together and form a militia.
There's a guy from Louisiana that does this. He gathers all the people from his local neighborhood, and he would train them how to do hand-to-hand combat and show them how to break down heavy artillery, heavy artillery. I can't even say the word. Artillery. And break down M16s, the heavy joints with the banana clips, and they arrested him for that because they was considering this man to be a terrorist.
Well,
and
now they call him paramilitary now.
Right, but the charge that they was trying to stick on him was like organization of being a terrorist or something like that.
That's why people need to be really aware of what's going on in Michigan, because all those men were set up in Michigan. I know this because they were trying to set me up, and I didn't bite. All right, I didn't bite. That's the only reason why I'm not sitting up there with them. But what they're doing right now is there's 5 men that are being charged under federal jurisdiction. And then there are 6 men that are being charged under state jurisdiction. All right. And if these men get charged, what they're going to do is it's basically going to set precedent and make militia and any kind of militia related activity it's going to be deemed gang related activity now. So if you have any kind of patriotic tattoos on you or anything like that, now it's considered gang related, which makes you a felon.
And that makes it a RICO charge.
Yes, and you can't own guns after that.
Wow. You know what? They people in the state of New York, if they're associated or affiliated with a gang or any proof that insinuates that they're in a gang, they will be arrested for being a terrorist.
See, like that'll be a gang tattoo if this goes through.
Wow.
This underneath here. The fallen soldier cross, that'll be considered a gang tattoo. The Gadsden flag that I got behind it, that'll be considered a gang tattoo. Anything with like crossed rifles and shit, it'll be considered.
T-shirt. Where'd you get that T-shirt?
Grunt Style. My wife buys them for me every year for my anniversary and birthday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's nice of her.
Yeah, I don't buy clothes for myself, man. I wear them until there's nothing left of them.
Yeah, I'm a specialty T-shirt connoisseur. I think I'm gonna start a T-shirt line myself, sell online, because I really like buying special T-shirts, unique T-shirts.
But back to what you were saying, they've really been trying to demonize militias for a long time. You got to understand. At one point in time, the way the law was set up was if the federal government was basically drawing an income tax from the people of the United States, that a certain percentage of that income tax that they generated was supposed to be dispersed out into each state individually, and that it was supposed to be used to help arm the state's militias. All right, that was the initial Militia Act. Then came I believe it was the Militia Act of 1840, which took what used to be us as the militia, and they coined the National Guard as the militia. But really, the National Guard isn't the militia either, because the National Guard is a branch of the U.S. Army. And the textbook definition of a militia is citizen army. The only people that the citizen militia is beholden to is the President of the United States. That is it.
Wow.
Interesting.
I
think but a lot of people don't know that, like the Waco thing, that was a militia down there that the FBI attacked. David Koresh and Branch Davidians, that was a militia.
That was a militia?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely was.
I guess legally considered, but he considered it like a religious organization, right? As far as David Koresh.
Well, they tried to say it was a cult down there. That way they could get away with, or that way they could use smoke and mirrors and get away with killing, 60, 70 people.
Yeah.
Because it was the FBI that actually started the fire in Waco and killed all those people. They're the ones that fired the first shot.
Wow.
And see, I don't know. You may not be old enough. I know Ivan's old enough to remember seeing that shit on TV, watching it happen live
I'm
on
here.
news.
I'm here in
the
Texas.
news.
I'm here in Texas. It was on the news all day here in Texas, live.
Right. Yes, you remember the standoff with. Well, there was the standoff for the longest time with that tank right outside the wall and that big cement building sitting right by the wall.
I remember when the fire started. I remember the reporter saying, "There's flames,"
and they blamed it on Koresh.
Yeah, remember? I remember that. It was all day long, all day. I remember.
And it was actually the FBI had thrown a couple flash grenades and a couple regular grenades in there, and that's what started the fire.
They went to court over that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They went to court. I think, I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but I think they settled with some of the members of the Branch Davidians.
That were still alive.
Yeah.
I think they may have. And that's like the same thing that happened with Randy Weaver and his family.
Man.
Same thing that happened with the Bundys and the Hammonds out in Nevada. Same thing that happened to Lavoy Finicum.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go even further back. Gordon Call.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's way the fuck back there.
That's the kickoff. Yeah, Gordon Call. Remember him?
That was back in the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, sure was.
That was before I was even born, but I still remember reading on him.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I'll tell you what, if you want to read, you want the best take on it, read a book called The Underground Lawyer by Michael Manns. He has the best take on what happened with Gordon Call. I guarantee you. The Underground Lawyer is one of the best
legal
books. What was the author's
name?
Michael Manns. Minns.
Right on.
You got it?
Yep. I wrote
The Underground Lawyer by Michael Manns.
Hey, I'm gonna have to mute up real quick. I gotta go run pick the wife up from work. I'll be back in like 5 minutes, man. But I'll be listening. Man. I'm gonna mute up and everything. Cool, as soon as I get back, dude, I'll hop back up and chop it up with you guys.
All right. Yo, Rush. Where you at, Rush?
Oh, yo, I'm right here, man. Yo, Ivan, man, I didn't know we had this much in common, man. Like being into the whole comic book scene, man.
Yeah. See, when you're not judgmental about a man's politics and you try to go a little deeper and find out, you'll find out interesting things. See, I don't judge. When I come on here and talk with you guys, I'm not judgmental. I have zero expectations of anybody, and you should have zero expectations of me, because I'm just gonna give you my outlook, which is pretty much usually 100% point blank correct, right? Dead on, because it's free of emotion. It's free of emotion, and if us as people, or a people, if you want to say that, kind of got out of our emotions first and kind of just step back and use more logic, we'd actually across the board be a better people that can be more in tune across with everybody else, really. But we tend to be the most emotional. I don't know where that comes from. I think some of us, it's actually biological. It's actually biological, because if you notice, if you look, and I don't want to go too deep into black people, but if you look at some black people are more emotional than others, just naturally.
Now you say it's a biological thing. Do you think we're conditioned to be a lot more emotional than the average group of ethnic people, or it's just in our DNA?
No, it's not in all of our DNA. That's the thing I'm saying, because, and you can take it all the way across the water to the continent of Africa. because if you go across different tribes and different countries in Africa, some people are more highly strung than others in Africa. You go to some African tribes, and if you look at some of these National Geographics, they'll go to some tribes and the people are real chill. They don't get over emotional about anything. Everything is chill. Then you'll go amongst this other group of people and it's all emotion. Everything is emotion. I've seen some tribes of people that are chill and they sit back and they hunt, they gather or whatever they do. Then you got these other groups of people. If one person is accused of doing something, they'll throw them in a trench, pour petrol on them, try to burn them, beat them with sticks, and the whole group of people will be in on it. Not because the person was right or wrong, but just because of they have a person that they can victimize at that moment. So yeah, some of us, because like I always say, all Black people aren't the same biologically. Don't let the skin tone fool you. Don't let the complexion fool you. All Black people are not the same. If you go to Africa, they know where you're from, what tribe you're possibly from. They know that. You don't know it because you're under the American guise of Black people. But Africans know. You go to Nigeria, they know if you're Igbo. They know if you're Yoruba. They know if you're Hausa or the other 100 tribes in Africa.
Or the tribe of Ashanti. You know?
They know if you're a Mandingo. They know. Like my barber is Liberian. He's Liberian. And when some guys come in there that are from Africa, they can tell where they're from without even knowing them. They can tell where they're from. They'll say, well, he's this, you know, and I just sit there and I'd be amazed at how they do that. They know, and that's the funny part. Not funny, but it is. People from African nations, they know their differences, even though they're all the same complexion. They know their differences. It's kind of a shame. What's so bad about the history of slavery is that we forgot what our differences are. And that's why we are still sitting here saying we should have all this unity when we're not the same. We're not the same biologically, and we're not the same mentally. There's some strains of Black people that have those high-strung emotional behaviors in them based on heredity from Africa. And there's some that are just straight chill based on heredity from Africa. You can see the difference and you know it. You're just like, but they're Black. That's the only thing you can say here in America, but they're Black. So sometimes we'll go to the defense of somebody that's Black, but they cause their own problems because of their hereditary or biologically high-strung behavior. And until we get that understanding, we're going to constantly go in this cycle of misunderstanding, ignorance, and to a very high degree, stupidity. I hate to say it, but it's just the truth. But I know they're going to say he coded, he being racist. I don't care.
It makes sense because there's books on ancient African warfares, and it speaks on different tribes that went to war amongst each other, you know. And
if you look at some African people, if you look at them, I'd be like, some of them look more westernized, but then you have these African people that look like Black Asians. They look like Chinese people, except they're dark. And these people are in the same country. They're in the same country. You have some that have long, slender heads and some that have these round heads. I'm going to tell you something. I remember when me and a homeboy of mine, we was dating these two African chicks. They were from South Africa. And when we went over to their house to go kick it with them the first time, because we met them out at a club. So the first time we went to go over to their apartment to kick it with them and just chill, me and my partner sat down on the couch. And one of them came out and she says, look at them. They got big heads like Nigerians. That's what she said. They can look, if they're from Africa, they can look and make a distinction of where you may be from in Africa. They know you're not where they're from, but they can look and make a guesstimation of where you are possibly from just by looking at your physical features. Like me, I have moles on my face. I have these little dark moles on my face. So, and I'm light skinned. So there's this Ethiopian guy. He owns a couple of clubs close to where I stay. Well, he used to anyway. So when I would walk in there, he would look at me like, he would always try to make a distinction like, you know, you probably have people from this part of Ethiopia. He would say that. He wouldn't even charge me. Because he would look at my face. He would look at my face. He would see the moles. He was always, for some reason, because I didn't go frequently, but whenever I was going, he was always glad to see me because the way he acted, he thought I was possibly from his people because of the moles on my face, how they're structured, me being light skinned. So he thought, to him, I was like possibly a person or my family was possibly from that region. And he would always treat me differently. I always went with my homeboys and him, and I don't know if that was his brother or his nephew. They would look at me like, hey, man, what's up? They would look at me like he's possibly from there. And this is real talk. Real talk.
That's interesting, man.
They can look at you. They can look at you and possibly distinctly tell where you may be from. Even though you can't. You're just saying, I'm black. You know, I'm just a black guy. But over there, everybody's black. Everybody's black. So now it's the distinction of what's your land, the people you
what's your tribe,
from,
what tribe you from.
Yeah. And that's where we get it twisted. We think we're all the same because we're darker. Even white people know they're not all the same. Some of them know they're from Germanic tribes. Some know that they're from the Mediterranean tribes. Some know that they're from the Italian lands. They know that. Some even in the UK, they know where you might be from this land. You might be from this land. Irish people know who's from the UK and who's from Ireland. But we're the only people that don't know that. And what's so bad about it is that we don't seek that information. We just say we all black. And that's what messes us up, because you may be black and I may be black, but you may behave differently. You may behave differently because of your biological, your heredity, your genes, your DNA makeup. Your group of black people may behave differently than mine. Yours may be more high strung.
We have to factor in the cultural cultural aspect of it too. I mean,
yeah, you can, but when it comes to that, when you behave certain ways naturally, that comes to genetics. Now it's about genetics, because we can be in the same room, the same situation, but depending upon the stimuli, you might act completely different than I do, not based on culture. It's something natural in you, chemically in you, that may stir up and cause you to react different than what I react.
Right.
So when that happens, let's say you get high strung and mad about something where I'm like, well, dude, it's not that important. And you'll be like, well, we both black. Why don't you feel the way I do? Because it hits me different based on my chemical makeup.
Same reason why really pale white people with red hair get attitudes quicker than someone who is a darker, white dude with brown hair.
There you go.
Because not all white people are the same.
Exactly. All white people, just like all black people aren't the same. All white people, they know their differences. And I guarantee you, Rush, if you set foot, let's say just West Africa, since they say most of the slavery happened in West Africa. If you set foot in Nigeria or Benin or Senegal or somewhere like that, they're going to look at you and say, they're going to tell you where you can possibly go or where your people are possibly from. But what happened? What also happened with us is within that slavery or whatever you call it, we started intermixing with each other. That's what happened early. The different African tribes started intermixing based on the conditioning. So that's where the mix-up, the genetic mix-up also happened. So now you got you just like you talk about mixed race people, you got black people that are black, all black, but they're still mixed race.
Dude, you guys were having a hell of a conversation too while I was going. I was intently listening.
Yeah.
I mean, phenotypically we may look alike, but culturally, genetic, our genotype is totally different. I mean,
Well,
like for example.
Well, you got to look at the aspect of where you live in the country too, man, because just different parts of this country is a totally different culture.
Exactly.
Right. And those things you have to factor in on why we are so different, even though.
Well, I was going to say even though I think that as Americans, we need to start seeing ourselves as American culture first before we break it down to any subculture after that.
And see, you're
right.
Too.
Yeah,
that's the main thing. Like I always say, you always hear me say America first,
right?
Because this is all I know. My grandfather, like I said, my grandfather lived to be 103 years old here.
My grandma lived to be 99, dude.
Yeah, so I can go. The furthest back I can go is to his father. What he tells me about his parents, and that was it. He passed away, but that was it. But I know my family history then in rural Louisiana. I know that much. The rest I don't even think about. I'm here. I'm African. I'm not going to try to find my ancestors. If they were even from sub-Saharan Africa, if they were even a part of the transatlantic slave trade, there were men already free that were coming over here doing trade.
See, and that's something that I've never really fully understood as to why, like a lot of these B1s and pro-blacks feel the need to put black before everything, because you don't hear white people doing that anywhere. You don't ever hear us address our whiteness or being white before anything else. We're just American.
It's number one is victimization. Here's and Rush, I want you to listen to this. I want you to take this. Here's the most ignorant thing I've ever heard. When I hear, I guess you can call them pro-blacks or conscious blacks or whatever. When y'all say we were here first, when y'all say that, y'all cause confusion, because even though dark-complected people were roaming through this land, but at the time, and the way y'all are putting it, y'all are not understanding. At the time, it wasn't called America. It wasn't a republic. So, like when the colonists got here, this was not America already. It wasn't America already. It was just the free the
it
new
was
land,
Shawnee
the new
territory,
world.
and it was Cherokee territory and Pontchartrain territory.
But here's the thing y'all not understanding about that.
Let me interject real quick.
Let me just say something.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Just like you called out those tribes, Angry Snowman, they weren't saying that. They weren't saying this is this territory and that territory. It was just land that they lived on, they hunted and lived and possibly fought other tribes that weren't like them. Well, but they never established a republic.
No, they never established a republic, but they did have their own actual territories, because
they have lands that they roamed.
Because I've talked to quite a few elders from the Indian community, and that's part of their oral history, is that they did have territories that was specifically known that, look, this is where the Shawnee roam. This is where the Cherokee roam. This is where the Iroquois are at. And the Iroquois actually did have their own constitution.
And here's the thing, Angry Snowman. That's why you have native lands, federal native lands. That's why you have those. But there is no federal black lands. And here's the thing: blacks are saying we was here first.
So that means they were. So that means blacks are the ones that colonized, not the white people.
Hold on. The reason why they're saying that, Ivan, is because they believe that they are the Aboriginal. I mean, for some reason.
Okay, so they believe that. They don't have the proof, but they believe that. But
Well,
but this is the thing. Even though they're Aboriginal, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was still a blank slate. It wasn't called America. There wasn't a charter written up to say these are the 13 colonies. None of that existed.
That's facts.
So you have to look at the fact that colonists came here. There was a Revolutionary War. Well, before the Revolutionary War, there was 13 colonies. After the Revolutionary War, it became a republic of the United States of America. Once it became that, now you're at ground zero of America.
Right, because that's where I get into logical fallacy arguments with people over this 400 years. Because this 400 years is a fucking bullshit lie. The slaves were only in America, the United States of America, for 89 years. That's it.
Exactly, because this wasn't a republic. It wasn't a full republic yet. And that's where the confusion comes in. And when black folks say, we was here first, you have to ask, okay, you were here first, but did you draw up a charter? Did you have a constitution? What were you doing while you were here? Did you establish an actual republic? And they'll be like, then they'll say, oh, man, what you talking about, man? Hey, there was no court. There was no court available for you when you were just roaming the land.
Well, the thing is if you look into the Iroquois Nation, because at the time it was one of the biggest Indian nations there were, they actually did have what they called their own constitution, because the Iroquois, it was called the Iroquois Papers, and it's I don't know if it's 100% proven yet or not, but there's a lot of people that are historians that speculate that the Iroquois Papers with the Magna Carta from England was actually what helped build what we know as our Constitution.
Okay. But it still goes to the fact that it wasn't until those charters, that paper was drawn up, and this country, there was a war. There was a fight. We can say it. We can say these lands were taken and claimed. They were taken and claimed, and a republic was built. There was no republic before that.
Well, and Ivan, the thing that a lot of people fail to realize is what we know as the colonies and what would be labeled colonizers was what you said, just the 13 colonies. People forget that France owned a good chunk of the United States at the time, which was
Louisiana.
The Louisiana Purchase. Mexico owned a big chunk of the United States. Spain owned a big chunk of the United States.
Yeah.
And we actually bought all of those chunks of land from all of those different countries that came over here and conquered them. It wasn't just the white folks that did it.
Yeah, it was exactly. It was different. It was different people owning different parts of this new world.
Right.
So, compromise, Louisiana Compromise, all the compromises had to be made. They had to fight at the Alamo. Okay, that was the Alamo. They had to fight, yeah. But that's what happened that created America. Just because people were roaming these lands before all of that.
Like, for example, there was a set of Africans and Asians living out here too before it was a republic, and they say that the first Cherokee Indian is the Asian and African procreating together.
Yeah, they're Mongols.
Right.
Oh,
because
okay.
That was the Mongols that actually crossed across the Bering Strait when there was still a landmass there.
Right, and which started up the first tribe of Cherokee Indians. The Mongol African and the Asian.
That's why if you look at a lot of the Indians, the indigenous, they look like a mix between Africans and Chinese.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and the indigenous people from Mexico, they were forced to move to Mexico because they also lived in the American land. But the war popped off, and they were forced to migrate down to South America.
Well, they roamed there. A lot of roaming was going on based on availability of food and resources.
Right.
You know, so that's how a lot of that's how they were there. They were already there before the Spaniards got there and conquered them. That's why, you know, even in Mexico, if you call somebody an Indian in Mexico, that's an insult. Did you know that?
I
had no idea
did.
in Mexico. I didn't know.
Yeah, most of them are descendants of Aztecs now.
Yeah,
Aztec warriors. Yeah.
But the thing is, there are two people in Mexico: the natives, the descendants of the natives, and the descendants of the Spaniards. And people are not knowing that the Spaniards always has this uppity bougie attitude towards the natives of the descendants of the natives. And one of the insults in Mexico is when you call somebody a dumb Indian. And that's what a lot of Spanish heritage people call a lot of the Native American heritage people.
Well, this is why, in general, with the Latin community, whether you're Dominican, Puerto Rican,
right, make the mistake of referring to any of them as a different race.
They divest themselves from the Spaniard culture because they were mistreated by them.
Well, look, dude, I
look down upon them. So that's why they don't consider themselves as Spanish people. They consider themselves as Latinos.
I made the mistake of calling a Guatemalan a Honduran once and a Honduran a Mexican once. And you want to talk about some people that came unglued.
Yeah. Yeah. They know who they are. That's what the same thing.
But the thing is once you've been around them enough, you know who they are too.
Yeah. You'll learn. And that's the thing. That's why I be saying that's what I was talking about as far as with Africans. People are thinking because they're all dark complected that they're all the same. And you know, I told Labuto, like, hey, y'all look the same to me.
Hey, all you brothers look the same to me, man.
Yeah, but they know the distinction. They know the distinction. Just like those countries you called out. Dominican Republic, what's the other one?
Honduras, Guatemala.
Honduras. The dark-skinned people down there would not say they're black.
No, and see, the thing is the other thing I've noticed too is America is one of the few countries in the world where we sit and we focus on skin tone so much, whereas other places,
I'm American.
In other places of the world, skin tone isn't as a relevant and as important a thing as it is in America.
Yeah, they focus on the homeland. They're saying, "I'm not black. I'm Dominican. I'm from Dominican Republic. I'm not black. I'm Haitian."
Even though it still don't change the fact that as a white boy, there's some places I ain't going in Africa.
Yeah. Because they know you ain't African.
The only reason why anybody should be in Africa is to extract the damn resources out of that shit. Other than that, why else would you be there?
Man, there's a lot. Because there's a lot of
safaris, my ass.
No, dude, there's a lot of history there. I would love to go down to Ethiopia and see where those underground churches and temples are. Shaped like crosses.
Knock it off.
Seriously,
those are the Coptic churches, the Coptics.
Yeah, dude, I'm a history buff, bro, for real. I love history.
But Labuto, you just begged King Oluwatumba if you can come back to Nigeria.
Well, that's because that's his homeland.
That's my homeland, sir, and I don't want to be kicked out.
Wait. You were born here.
I was born in America. I'm an American.
Yeah. Yes. So what makes that your homeland?
Well, because that's where his mom and dad. It's my ancestral homeland.
Oh, okay.
You're a first generation immigrant?
Yes, sir.
So that's your parents' homeland, which makes it your homeland.
Yes, sir.
Do they ever go back?
They've gone back plenty of times. Yes.
So why don't you go?
I have gone, sir. I've said that over and over.
No. I don't think you've gone. I'm finna see what's going on here. Wait a minute. I don't think you've gone back.
Okay.
You just asked King Oluwatumba, can you come to Nigeria?
Well, that's because here lately,
he was joking. He's not really a prince in Nigeria, sir.
I know he's not. I don't
even think he's from Nigeria. I think he's from Oakland.
No, he's from Nigeria. He was born there. He lived there up until he was 7 years old. Yeah,
he got too much, dude. He got too much victimhood to be from there, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? talking about that victimhood, I was watching. There's a series that's based in Nigeria called Castle and Castle. It's like a lawyer series. Like here, we used to have these lawyer shows.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that in Nigeria. And there was an issue where a Nigerian guy was being they wanted to extradite him back to America because he took part in a Black Lives Matter rally where 2 people got killed in a car he firebombed. So they were trying to extradite. They were trying to extradite him back to America, but the Nigerian courts was trying to deny. Well, he had a lawyer saying no because the law in regards to that is an old colonial law and it shouldn't be effective today. It shouldn't be.
So basically, they aren't recognizing old colonial shit.
Yeah, from 1935. There's a 1935
And by all rights,
law.
they shouldn't have to. It's their nation.
Hey, what do you guys think about Britain? I guess relinquishing their titles or taking away their titles as being rulers of the Caribbean.
Say what?
You know, a lot of Caribbean islands, especially Jamaica, they are still under the UK.
They're still under British rule.
I think just ceremonial wise, I don't think that there's any actual rule like the Queen rules them. But what do you guys think about that?
I didn't know it happened.
Yeah.
I think once they pull out completely, it's gonna be chaos.
Yeah, I agree.
It's gonna be utter chaos. You already had what's the 2 groups, JLP and PRP or something, fighting each other for decades now. Every time there's an election, those 2 groups, and it's all blacks. They end up having shootouts in the streets.
I don't know enough about the Caribbean islands to, really make a judgment call like that.
All I know is going to be chaos. It's going to be chaos. Just like when the colonial power was pulled out of those African nations. When they pulled out of Liberia, you seen the wars there with Charles Johnson, and all those guys. Charles Taylor.
Yeah.
You seen it in Nigeria. Where's the Congo?
Yeah. Kind of the same deal as
Belgium.
When we pulled out of the Middle East and after destabilizing shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be chaos because you got too many people that want to beat their chests. They're still primitive behaving people over there. That's the problem.
Yeah, they are.
They're not modernized. They still think primitively, Old Testament wise. That's how I like to say it. Old Testament wise.
What's been holding Cuba together since Castro died?
Well, his brother pulled out. Who's running it now since his brother pulled out? His brother died or something happened with his brother.
I think the country became a democracy. I don't know.
No, it's not.
Because if Angry Man, put your email in the private chat too. If you want to do a show, I want to schedule you. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, whenever you
if you like my idea, anyhow.
Hey man, whatever you want to do, man, that's fine. Yeah, I didn't hear your idea. What's your idea?
My idea is I want to come on and maybe a couple times a week do obscure sci-fi movies.
Oh, awesome! That'd be great. Just don't get a copyright strike.
No, what I'll do is maybe see if I can't get like maybe Ivan or Rush or even you if you're available to come up on the panel and we'll stop it at sections of the movie and discuss.
Okay.
What we're seeing, what we're watching.
Sounds good. I hope that you do a review of the wokeness in Star Trek now. It's horrible.
I wouldn't even waste my time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even waste my time.
The new one's horrible. The one you just did a review over?
Star Trek Discovery is absolutely ass. Star Trek Picard is getting good. And Strange New Worlds looks actually good. They just came out with a new trailer today, and they were depicting. They have of course, a new cast of actors playing the original characters, and they have this. I mean, I hate to say it, man, but I think that they are purposely putting ugly actresses in these roles now. The actress playing Uhura is not attractive, and I just find that. Well, I'm not gonna say she's ugly. It's just that Nichelle Nichols was so fucking hot, and Zoe Saldana was so hot in those
Right.
roles, and now it's just like even with Discovery, they have these ugly women playing these roles. It's like, what the fuck has happened to media where they have these ugly?
It's that whole anti-shaming woke culture shit.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
It's getting kind of overboard with it, man. You know.
I mean, think about it. Now they got fat women in the Victoria's Secrets model.
Yeah, the body positivity thing. You know?
That whole fucking movement. It's all part of woke culture, and it's ruining everything.
It creates a generation of delusional women. You know, where they don't think they have to edify themselves spiritually, physically, mentally. You know, it's horrible.
Yeah, because like back in the day, man, you would turn on TV. Most of the women were attractive. I mean,
hourglass figures.
Yeah, absolutely. Black, white, it didn't matter.
Ginger and Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island. Yeah. Ooh, boy.
But now, like when I watched the trailer for Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, I said, okay, this. It looks like they're gonna go back to source material. But when I saw the lady playing Uhura, I said, oh no. Why did they? Let me show you guys real quick.
Well, look, dude, if you think about it, they started doing the same thing with the whole MCU shit. Because when they came out with when they did the first Avengers and then did the Captain America, the first 3 or 4, they had very good looking, gorgeous women in it. And if you noticed, as they started progressing, they might have had the same good looking, gorgeous women, but they frumped them up, made them more frumpy looking as it went on. They didn't accent their bodies like they were prior. And that's part of comic book, man. How can you take that out of comic books when that's what, dude, the women were always like extremely exaggerated.
Yeah. I totally agree. I'm trying to find it real quick, guys. Give me 1 second.
And I'm dude, woke culture is what's ruining good cinematics right now.
Yeah, like they don't make movies like back in the day no more. A lot of these films are unrealistic, over exaggerated, and they always implement the female as the superhero.
Right. It's one thing to fight Nazis or communism. It's another thing to sit and fight microaggressions.
This is the new Star Trek: Strange New Worlds trailer that came out today. Watch this.
Welcome aboard, everyone.
Can't see it.
Very happy to have you aboard.
Glad to be here.
That's the new Uhura.
We can't see it.
No, we can't see it. We can't see it.
Oh, wait a minute. What the hell happened? Okay,
you showed it and then you pulled it back.
I did? Oh, wait a minute. So I don't know what the hell happened here.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
All right, Ivan, make sure you come back.
All right.
All right, can you guys see it now?
Yeah, and she looks like a dude.
And that's the problem, man.
Man. See, that's an agenda right there. You can't tell if it's a male or a female.
I hear you speak 12 languages.
That looks like a little boy. What
it does.
37.
Wow. What's he saying?
Universal Translator isn't processing it. Uhura, do something. That's not how linguistics works.
Starfleet would be fortunate to have an.
Man, you gotta be kidding me. See, it's like Star Trek it's almost like they're killing themselves on purpose. And I can't wait until you do your sci-fi reviews, Snowman, because I think they're gonna be great. Because I think you should point out all this woke nonsense going on. Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is ridiculous. Like, so Rush, so I don't know if you ever watched Star Trek, Rush, but so you know who Uhura is, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you know who played the original one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nichelle Nichols.
Mm-hmm.
She was gorgeous too, man. She wore that really short mini skirt and shit. Oh my god.
Sweet lady, that's not true. We're not colorists. Come on, relax.
No, we're not colorists.
That chick is not attractive. Please.
She's not that has nothing to do with colorism. That has everything to do with she looks more masculine than half of the men on the cast.
Yeah.
Now here goes. It's always a commercial, right?
That's got a jawline for peace sake.
Well, look, that's the thing with this woke culture is they get mad when you point out that they're masculine, but they don't want to, and they want to be. They want you to see them as feminine, but they don't want to be feminine.
I can legitimately say that Nichelle Nichols was one of the top 20 women of all time in the TV in the 60s. But look what they were doing. This hourglass-shaped frame. This is what they did for all the women back then.
Back then, physical fitness was a big thing in the American culture back in the early 80s and mid 90s. You had the
Yeah.
Slim Fast movement.
Yeah.
You have the what's the joint called? You know, the guy with the afro. He's fat. He's not fat, but he's like chubby, and he does a lot of what's the word? He has like gym classes where he's having people do the aerobics and stuff like that. I
Gene
forgot his
Simmons.
name.
Gene Simmons
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons.
Richard
Yeah.
Simmons. So people were aware
Gene Simmons
of,
is Kiss, right?
Yes, sir.
That's Kiss. Yeah.
of health and keeping their weight in check, you know.
Yeah.
But in this modern day time, it's like, you know, it's thick is always in. You know.
Well, look, let's be real, man. Part of a woman's femininity is her hair.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Right. When a woman shaves her head, it's a representation.
It's
representative
representative of
rebellion.
masculinity.
Masculinity and rebellion.
You know, so that tells me that you ain't trying to be feminine.
You trying to be masculine, you know. Now, if there's any females in the chat right now, if you disagree, cam up. Let's have a civil discourse. Yeah. But yeah, man, I totally agree with you on that, angry snowman. Like, you know, shaving the head is a masculine thing. You know, a female should keep you know.
Well, dude,
keep your hair
we know hair is part of a woman's femininity. Otherwise, women wouldn't be a multi-billion-dollar industry in this country.
Yeah, I know that's a fact.
What other I'm sorry.
Especially
What
dealing
other
with
What did you want to do?
I'm sorry, Rush. I'm sorry. I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask Snowman, what other sci-fi would you review? Because you know I'm a big sci-fi.
I've been running across these like no name like out there sci-fi movies, like the one that I just had suggested to Rush, and what was the other guy's name that was up here earlier? Rush?
Ivan.
No, not Ivan. The guy before him. The he was the counselor. What was his name? Rush,
you still there, sir? Okay, I don't know what happened to Rush, but
anyhow,
yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm here. Yo, his name
ahead,
is Urban Therapist. I was on the cell phone.
yeah,
I'm so
that's who it
sorry,
was.
guys.
Urban Therapist.
sorry.
I told them to about this Saturday when he did his stream. There's this if you got Amazon Prime, there's a sci-fi movie on there called The History of Time Travel. And what it is it's a fictional documentary. All right? And the documentary itself is about the premise of it at the beginning is time travel has already been created. It's already been developed. All right? And they start going over the history of it. I'm not going to tell you any more than that other than, dude, it's a mind bender as you're watching it, and that there are a lot of visual cues, and that it's a play on morality. It's a play on the entire concept of time travel itself. And it really makes you think about things. Dude, it's well worth the watch. And that's one of the first movies that I want to actually do on here is stream that and discuss it, because there's so many things just in that one movie alone that can be discussed.
Yeah, I think that's dope. I'm definitely gonna make time to watch that film because I definitely want to put my input on it too while you
right,
while you pull it up on while you're streaming, you know.
But I love the whole genre that goes with the whole aspect of time travel with sci-fi. I really wish that they would introduce time travel into the Star Wars universe. I know that sounds like blasphemy.
Oh, yo, that would be dope.
Yeah, because in the Star Wars universe, there is no such thing as time travel. But I wonder how that would work if they introduced time travel into canon.
Well, technically, isn't traveling at warp drive time travel because you're traveling?
They don't travel at warp in Star Wars.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, they don't. They use
they have hyperdrive.
Hyperdrives, which I don't know.
Which is basically the same thing. It's faster than the speed of light.
Well, how does that? See, I don't know how it really works, though. I mean, I know there's a different I mean, obviously, any types of sci-fi physics in terms of travel is theoretical, but
Well, really,
warp works different.
when you go to hyperdrive, it allows you to go through a singularity, which allows you to time travel.
You mean a wormhole?
Yeah, well, it's called a singularity, a black hole, whatever. But yeah, you go through that, it allows you to time travel.
See, I always thought the singularity was when AI became conscious.
No,
Self-aware.
a singularity is a black hole. It's
Okay.
literally a black hole. It's just, you know.
Well, there might
many
be.
names
They
for
may
it.
have multiple definitions for it now, because I know that they call when AI becomes self-aware. That's when we're going to, as humanity, have crossed the singularity.
Oh well, you could use it in that sense too.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's what I want to do, Chaotic. I want to touch on that obscure shit out there that, I want to dig and look for things that nobody's seen or watched.
Yeah.
Maybe find somebody, a documentary, somebody talking about, theories and shit that are science fiction related. Like somebody with a whole new idea, of, like possibly the simulation theory and shit. Like I heard a new one today.
Or ancient aliens, right?
Well, I heard a new simulation theory today, and the theory is that we're all dead.
Go ahead.
Right. Now, the theory behind this is the reason why there's people that think that we're all dead is because it's been noted and it's been proven through science and medicine that when a human dies, that their brain still stays alive and active for 7 minutes after their death. Okay. Which means that if your brain is still alive for 7 minutes after your death, that you're technically kind of in a comatose state, as a sense. All right. Which means that for us, if it's like a comatose dreamlike state, that means 7 minutes could be 7 years, 7 hours, 700 years, 1,000 years. Right. And we just don't know. A lot of people, the people that think that we all died in 2012, and it happened so fast and we all died so instantly that we're all living in that comatose state right now in our brains. But as far as physical beings, we're all dead.
So let me ask you a question. Okay, so you know how I am. I'm open for all types of theories and ideas, and I've actually had this thought before. But the question I have is, if we are dead, then what are animals?
It's got to be some kind of manifestation that we have created on our own. Now, see, what's interesting is the fact that we all are manifesting the same existence, though.
Okay.
So that would have to play into to the whole idea that we are all connected by energy being a fact, if this is the case, because that's the only way that all of mankind would be able to manifest the same reality.
That's the same theory that the Buddhist uses, which is the and the word derives from the word amen.
But they also the other thing that they brought up, which was actually an interesting idea or little case to make their claim, so to speak, is this is the same time that all these Mandela effects started happening too.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I know for a fact. What's the Mandela effect that I know? There was a movie in the 90s that
Shazam,
I remember.
You're talking about Shazam.
Yeah, it was called something different, but I do remember in the 4th grade that there was a movie that came out that had Sinbad.
Not Shazam. It
wasn't called Shazam. It was called
Kazam.
Yeah, and I remember it like it was yesterday.
So do I.
Shazam, Shaquille O'Neal.
No, that's Shazam.
No. Shazam is Captain Marvel. Kazam is the genie guy.
O'Neal.
Yeah, with Shaquille.
No, but there was one that was called Shazam before Captain Marvel that had, like he said, it had Sinbad in it, because I remember it too. I remember it clear as day.
See, that's a part of the Mandela effect, because I don't remember that.
Just like I remember the Berenstain Bears being spelt with an IE instead of an AI.
Now, there are people who believe that Nelson Mandela died in the 90s.
I believe, dude, I remember as a kid watching it on the news.
Well, I believe he died in early 2000. I don't
'Cause
believe that.
I was under, dude. My whole life, I was under the understanding that he died in prison.
Yep.
Mandela.
Yep.
Well, who was the guy that ran the country? You know, because he was like president. He became president of South Africa, right?
He did when
Or
he got
prime
out.
minister.
Yeah. No, he became president. Yep.
I'm just telling you what I remember, dude, because I do remember it. Just like I remember Jif being called Jiffy.
Oh, the popcorn.
No, the peanut butter.
Oh, yeah, I remember Jiffy.
Yeah, I remember that too. I remember that.
Just like I remember Looney Tunes being spelled Toons.
Yeah.
I remember that too. Yeah,
So
I think
what's
the
the
Mandela effect
significance?
is a real thing, guys.
What do
I
y'all
don't know
think is
about
the
you guys, but I
significance
think
of
it's
these
pretty real.
changes?
Do what?
What do y'all think is the significance of these changes?
There. Well, look,
Time travel. People time traveling.
I don't know if it's time travel, but I do look. My whole theory on it has always been it revolves around the Hadron Collider, the big one that they have in CERN, Switzerland.
Now, here's the thing, right? The physicist that works in the super colliders, they worship the god of destruction, Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva.
Oh.
Yeah.
You mean the scientists
And,
worship this?
Well, that's what the
Well,
they have the
sir,
statue of Shiva right
can
outside.
I finish, Mr. Lubuto?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead. I didn't know that these scientists were worshiping things at the Hadron Collider. Go ahead.
Did you watch the opening ceremony for that place?
No, I didn't.
Well, we'll show that on the Sci-Fi Network too.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be so dope. But yeah. So they and this is a statue that's in front of their facility, Mr. Lubuto. You can look it up. But yeah, when they're playing with the CERN, they're tapping into certain spiritual dimension, and a few of those physicists, they supposedly, quote unquote, was possessed, and they all started dancing like Sheba, the goddess of destruction. Know what I mean?
Yeah, see, now you're going too far, man. Come on, see, y'all.
Google it, buddy.
We're not doing this, man.
Now look, what I will say as far as my theory behind it goes is this. I really honestly think that what happened was when they cracked them first two particles together for the very first time, what happened is it actually put us in a whole different universe of the multiverse. Hold on. I believe in string theory, and if you think about it, there's this point in time to where we went from things were starting to even out just in America alone, as far as like tensions between people were starting to get along and this, that, and the other, and we were starting to have some progress. And then it was like somebody snapped their finger, and overnight this became one of the most angry nations on the planet.
Well, they say because of this. Okay, theory is, quote unquote, they say this is happening because of the antimatter that's dispersed from the super collider, which caused people to get angry and more aggressive.
You know what I'm going to attribute it to, Angry Snowman? I'm going to call it the Obama effect.
Oh Jesus! Look, he wasn't that bad. I mean, he was something else, but he really wasn't that bad. He could have. He didn't mess up the country near as bad as Biden is.
Wait, but here's the thing. He was the first considered African American president.
Well, that's funny because that's another thing, dude. Is how many Africans or how many? I ain't even gonna say how many black people in America actually claim him now.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, but. A lot.
Not really, dude. The numbers are dwindling.
Well, some people are starting to say, well, it's pretty much not because of his color. He's still the first, I guess, considered African American president. It's because he didn't live up to their expectations. See,
what expectations did he really give anybody? All he said was a change you can believe in. That's all he promised.
But this is what they were expecting. I'll tell you right now, when Obama became president, most of the far left and mainly black people were expecting reparations as they dreamed.
But he told everybody in his inauguration speech that the change that they're expecting is not going to happen unless they get up on their feet and they are willing to put in the work themselves.
You can't tell that to high-strung, emotional black folk. They want the free money.
Dude, they've been getting free money for decades. How many
But
people
not
do we
like-
got on
but
generational
not like
welfare?
reparations. They were expecting hundreds
pays-
of thousands of dollars.
Well,
and
who pays
acres
for
of
it?
land.
Who pays
Acres
for
of
reparations? Where's the money come from? Who's paying it out? And who gets
Exactly.
reparations? Are we going to give black slave owners reparations because they're
See?
black?
You can make it sound. See how but see, even though you're saying that and it sounds logical, the questions you're asking sounds logical. You're talking about a group
Illogical
of people where logic is out the door.
Right, I get it. I've been
They don't
been
get-
dealing with that for 2 years
They
now.
thought they were going to get reparations as they thought they were supposed to get them. They thought they were going to get these big checks cut, and possibly acres of land. That's what they were hoping for.
But see,
That's
that's
what they was
the
looking for.
look. See, that's the thing that I take issue with, though. None of these folks that think that they should get a check or a piece of land ever endured any of the travesties that the people that went through that shit had to endure. So what
True.
makes them think that they are entitled to something they never lived through?
True, but they're basing it off of them saying that they are the descendants or what
Prove
was
it.
promised. What was promised?
Prove it.
The 40 acres and a mule. Let's just wrap it. If 40 acres. Now that was on paper. 40 acres and a mule was on paper.
Right. No, what I'm saying is prove that you're a descendant of a slave. Prove it. Everybody
Well,
else that gets look.
I know.
we
I
have
know
all
I may
kinds
not
of.
be able to. I'm a fair-skinned black guy.
Well,
so I
I'm
may
just
not be able
saying, we have all kinds of programs in this country. One of the ones that I was talking about earlier was, you can actually go to college for free if you can prove that you have at least a 16th of Native American in your blood lineage. But you have to be able to prove it through documentation. That's why you don't see a whole lot of people getting that free college, because it's hard to prove through documentation.
I went to a business school. I attended a legal assistance. This school was for people. We went through the training, but we couldn't take the paralegal exam. We couldn't take the state exam for paralegal, but we went through all the training. We got the words and phrases, the legalese, how to prepare documents, but we just couldn't take the paralegal exam that would have made us paralegal. So they called us legal assistants. And one girl, she was, we did this, we had like a sit around and we kind of like told something about ourselves. And this one young lady, she pulled out this card. It was her Native American identifier card or whatever. And she didn't like it. She was like, I got this card, which gives me free school. And this because I'm like 1/8 or 1/16 Indian. I think it was 1/8 Indian. And I don't think she said, and I don't know if she was saying this because she was in a class with mainly with a lot of black people. It was a lot of black folks. I don't know if she just brought that up just to kind of be cool, but she said she didn't like it. It was unfair. And I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, I wish I had that card. I'm sitting there thinking that. So she was going to school because she was 1/8 identified as 1/8 Native American.
Well, see, the thing that and the other argument I've always had is, most people that, are pushing and advocating for reparations. Okay, fine. Say we decide to go ahead and cut everybody a check and give reparations. Okay, so where's this money coming from? Because the Treasury can't just print money. That's not how it works. And everybody seems to think that that's how it works, that the Treasury could just print money and that everything's going to be okay. I'm sorry. No, that's how you devalue your dollar and you crush your economy.
Well,
All
yeah,
right.
that's true. I see. I know what you're saying. See,
So the only other action you have is to impose a new tax on the citizenry to pay these reparations. So I pose the question: are these black folks that want reparations okay with paying taxes on it and basically in essence paying themselves their own reparations.
You
know
already
that's
know
right.
my stance on reparations, Ivan, and I think Rush.
Well, you're Nigerian, so you wouldn't get them anyway.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
But I
wouldn't get it either because
guarantee you there'll be some
I'm not
Nigerians in
FBA either.
line.
but what do you think about my stance on it, though?
I think you're against it. I know you're
No,
against it.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying that reparations came in the form of the African American being civilized through the transatlantic slave trade, being allowed the opportunity, well, not the opportunity, but benefiting off of being here.
Well, see, my argument is if you
You- you're
want
not-
if you want to get money, you should go after the actual people that benefited from slavery. You know,
Which is
like
the
the
Afri-
Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. You know, the
But what about the
Bells.
Africans too? My ancestors sold the Africans into slavery as well.
That's
Well,
why I
that's
say
a whole
they
nother argument
They're
right
the
there.
ones who
to be
started
had.
it.
You know my stance on that.
Yeah,
You know that they owe.
they owe as well.
I think entire
If this conversation is triggering you guys, cam up. Let's have a civil discourse.
because
Well, this is how the conversations actually evolve into something that's actually tenable.
Yeah,
That you know is by having the discussion and an actual logical discussion.
because here's my question. This is what that always bugs me. Okay, this always bugs me. There's no talk in any of those African nations of how slavery affected them. The talk is always outside of those African nations. It's never those African nations focusing on how did this happen? Why did we let this happen? Why didn't we try to get our people back? They never did. Well, number one, they couldn't even build ships. They were not ingenuitive to where they could build ships. So they don't even have the conscious or the moral turpitude. Is that a phrase? Moral turpitude to even say, hey, we lost our grandchildren. I lost my father. I lost this. We lost so many people during this, but yet nobody revisits and says, hey, why did we allow this to happen? Hey, we owe these descendants of these people that we never tried to recover. Never. What you?
Look, dude,
baffles
SKC's
me.
well, and SKC's actually played video of people from like Nigeria and Kenya and shit, like legit straight up Africans over there that will sit and talk shit about how they look. We sold you guys. We don't want you. Stay over in America.
Exactly. I know they were talking to one guy. Said, "No, we don't need them back. That happened hundreds of years ago. We don't need them. We don't need
The
them."
reason why you over there is because we sold you to them anyway. Why do you think we want you back?
They use a disparaging word, akata, which means a wildcat that doesn't have a home. That's how they refer us to as akatas.
A cat with no home. Yeah. So I've always said we need to bring those countries, those governments up on in the United Nations world courts. We could bring them up in federal, start in the federal United States. Yeah.
Actually, that's where you would actually have a better. There would actually be a better fight for it there if you think about it.
Yeah, but the thing is so many so-called conscious blacks. It's like, man, what? Why are you trying to do that to Africa? You trying to go against Africa? It's like they're telling me I'm trying to go against Africa when it was most of the people in Africa that let us go. They sent us there.
I mean, because look, dude, think about this. You really expect everybody to believe that these Europeans knew right off the rip exactly where to go in Africa to, park their ships and where to go on land to go start hunting down slaves.
Exactly. It was a market right there. As soon as they docked the ship, the market was right there on the coast. The market was right there.
And how do we know this? Because history says that all the way up that coast, all the way into the Middle East, they were selling slaves.
It was a market. There you go. It was a market. That's why.
Well, they have a even though Willie Lynch is not a real. Like his literature is not real, but the blueprint on how to monetize slaves was real. A lot of those that blueprint was distributed to a lot of slave owners, and
No, it wasn't.
it,
No,
it,
it wasn't.
it was.
No, it was not. No slave owners ever had even called that. Nobody. That's a fallacy. We gotta stop doing this, man.
It's not.
We gotta
not
stop.
Rush,
I have
doing
a bachelor's in African studies. I studied under Malafi Asante, and I can tell you firsthand that there is no such thing as is that document as well.
Yeah.
That was created by Pan-Africanists. That wasn't created by the white man.
That's a
It's
myth,
black-
just like that's a
Yeah,
myth,
it's
just like you, just like you,
propaganda.
just like Yacoub's a myth.
Listen, I'm saying the actual letter of Willie Lynch is not real. I know that.
Right. Yeah, you
But-
said that. Yeah.
The actual blueprint of it is real. They were monetizing slaves, and this is how they made money. They have a blueprint that they shared off with different slave owners. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I get what you're saying. They basically had an economic model on how they were
Right,
sell people.
right, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I can understand that, but buying and selling slaves, trading slaves in the market, and here's the thing, man. We got to look at the fact that these people were very, very primitive. Very, very. They weren't intellects.
I did not say that. I did not say
Yeah,
that
well,
to
no.
everyone in the chat.
No, man. Listen. Listen. We got to stop this.
I'm just playing, dude. I'm just playing.
Say what you got to say, man.
I was just playing, dude.
Africans were primitive. Just be honest.
Yeah. they were.
Well, to be honest about it, if you look in Africa, there's nothing historically innovative that's really came from Africa.
Not sub-Saharan Africa, no. Not sub-Saharan Africa. And that's another just slavery, sub-Saharan Africa. That's where the slave markets were. That's where they went for the slaves, right? Simply because they knew these were primitive people. They equated them with beasts. That's how primitive they were.
Well, they had to be primitive, on the same level of primitive as the American Indians were. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to be so easily conquered.
Exactly. So, but when you talk to black, I don't know if you call them black nationalists or conscious community people, whatever.
I call them B1s.
They'll always refer to Egypt. They'll always refer to Egypt.
But and in the same time, they'll say that
when
you bring up slavery in Egypt, they'll say Egypt wasn't part of Africa.
You know what's funny to me, Ivan, within the conscious community, they're all descendants of royalty of Egypt. I'm like, yo, nah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not. And that's what kills me. Yeah, we descended. We create. Yeah, it's one of me saying we created the mathematics. We created the mathematics, and we taught them how to do architecture and space exploration. I'm like, listen to these Negroes.
Yeah, we're all technically descendants of Noah and all those other people too. Big whoop.
But that's how we created the mathematics. Kemet, they call it Kemet and all of it. No, you're not. You're not descended from those people. I mean,
they call it Kemet for chemistry, brother.
Like, oh my God, are you serious? That sounds like some Tariq Nasheed nonsense.
This gonna piss off a lot of people, man.
But look, dude, that's the thing is these are the conversations that people need to hear. That way they can learn to get out of their feelings.
Now, I will admit this: the Dogon that were in Mali, they actually charted Sirius A and Sirius B, and even scientists or astronomers from Europe said, "How the hell did these people understand that?" So that is something that is very interesting. And as we all know, Mali is in sub-Saharan Africa. So what say you, Ivan, on that?
I would say this is what I'm going to say on that.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to say on that. And this is where I get planetary on you guys. I always think alien life forms, alien form. I don't know how you want to do it, but I always thought the only way you can do that is if you are familiar with those as far as where they are in the universe.
Are you sure? I mean, because think about it. If you're living in sub-Saharan Africa, you don't have what we see as modern technology. So when it's dark, then it's dark. It's not dark like we know dark. You know, our dark is still illuminated. Their dark was dark. Therefore, that's all they had to look at night was the stars and follow them.
Yeah. And just a little sidebar here. Do you notice you don't see a full set of stars anymore like you used to?
You do if you go out in the country.
Really? I'm in Texas, and you know.
Well, you're Texas. You're in Texas, man. Texas hates everything.
Texas is a rural state for the most part.
I know it. I was down there once, dude, and I ain't never seen the black and night like I saw it in Texas. Oh my God.
Exactly.
It scared the fuck out of me.
And for some reason, growing up, you could see so many stars. You see the stars.
Well, I think a lot of it's because of all the chemtrails in the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, so you believe in chemtrail?
I don't believe in it. I've witnessed them. We all have.
Well, you got to factor in why our behavioral pattern are a bit aggressive and violent. It's because of chemtrail, my man.
I mean, they're putting aluminum, barium, and strontium in our fucking sky.
And you're thinking that attributes to anger now?
Well, no, that's what do you call those people that believe in these conspiracy theorists? That's what they be saying.
That's what the CIA calls us.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
As conspiracy theorist is actually an oxymoron. Because
why is that?
Because in order for there to be a conspiracy, there has to be some truth to it. Otherwise, there's no conspiracy.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what
a theory is an idea trying to be proven.
Yeah, it's not proven.
Yeah, it's not proven. But yeah, I mean, I'm just laying out what people are saying.
So pretty much what you're saying is somebody is saying something that isn't proven. So I can see where they say conspiracy theory, because people are saying, okay, this is happening. This is what's really happening.
No, because like
you're
I said,
saying it, but it's not proven.
In order for there to be a conspiracy, there has to be some kind of fact base for this conspiracy to even exist.
But what about when people drum stuff up? Just drum it up without proof.
Example.
I mean, before anything, hold on. Before anything,
there's historical record of the Illuminati.
There's a historical record of a group of men who call themselves the Enlightened Ones. Yeah, but now
the Illuminated ones actually.
But now Jay-Z, Michael Jackson, every successful black person is in the Illuminati because it's simply because they're successful. It's not because of their hard work. It's because they're part of the Illuminati now. See what I'm saying?
Right. I get what you're saying, but you got to look at the aspect that you got to look at the cult that is what we call Hollywood, because that is a cult in and of itself. Where else do people get away with doing things that the modern individual would get put in prison for? Where else do people get away with, doing scenes and love scenes and sex scenes as an adult with a child and put that shit on film and it be okay and called art?
Yeah, that's a bit extreme, but I get what you're saying.
Well, it's all a part of our freedoms of expression.
No, not when it comes. That's a nice attempt, Ivan. But
hey, fellas, I got to get out of here, man.
Hey, dude, it's actually been a really good convo, man. I appreciate it.
Definitely.
I think I'm gonna end the stream now.
I would love to do this more in the future. I had a great time, guys.
Hey, well, when CT gets gets me what days he wants me scheduled, dude, I will. If you have him shoot me your email and yours too, Rush, I will definitely email you guys. That way, you guys can come up and help me do what we do.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put it in backstage so that
I mean, my email's back there.
Well, Ivan, I know I could reach out to you because I have your Instagram.
Yeah, you got my Instagram. Let me go ahead and put my email in the backstage too.
Because look, dude. Me personally, I found that I like doing builds like this with people that you can engage with well, and that can conversate and build off of each other. You know, you will find them specific people that you run into where you actually mesh well with them.
There you go. Okay, I just put my email in the back whatever, the private chat or whatever you call it. Guys, I'm out of here. This was great. I look forward to
my shit is in the public. Yo, my email's on the live chat, so just I guess copy and paste and just hit me up whenever. Ivan, I'll just hit you up on Instagram. Snowman, just email me all your information, and I'll you know what I mean. I'll give you the Facebook, and we'll link up on Facebook. And whenever you go up live, just hit me up, man, and I'll come through.
On. Hey, yeah, absolutely, dude. And remember, I still got my Angry Snowman channel too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm subscribed to it already.
Right on. Did you actually catch the stream I did the other day?
No,
dude, I did a stream about this guy getting railroaded over in Pennsylvania by the Pennsylvania fucking Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, basically legal department. Dude, you got to watch.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna take a look at it, dude, and let you know what I think about it. You know.
Well, just so you know, it's not actually a whole 3.5, 4 hours. The actual stream itself is like maybe an hour and a half with all the information. The rest of it's just me playing music and shit and chopping it up with people in the chat because I felt like I owed them something for giving them all that negativity.
I want to leave y'all with something. The NFL will now require all 32 teams to hire a minority/woman.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're fucking lying.
And see, look, dude. Tomorrow I'm doing a stream where I'm going to be going over. Steven Crowder just did a change my mind on the transgenders in sports and women's sports. So I'm going to be doing a stream over that and then having a discussion afterwards.
Oh, what time are you doing your stream?
I'm probably going to try and do it maybe around 10, 11 in the morning.
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
All right, I'll try to make it, but I'll be working. I'm working from home, so I'll see you guys later.
Yep, take it easy, Ivan.
All right.
All right, later, Ivan. Yo, later, Snowman.
Hey, yep, later, bro.
Yo, that was the stream right there, man. This was dope, you know? Salute to Ivan, Kevin and Sales, a.k.a. Chaotic Truth. Salute to Angry Snowman. He's official. That dude's solid right there. Now, man, salute to my guy, Urban Therapist. Stay gang. You already know. What up? I'll catch y'all on the flip. Y'all seek wisdom, practice humility, and remain sucker free. One.